Nexu?
If you go online, you can get a like Rival is actually a very rolled R. There's some pronunciation things.
No, if
Cool.
only I could trill an R.
Rival.
Yep.
So,
I love that.
when we last left off, you all were right. You were trying to figure out how to get over this pit trap on the north side of a door from room 10. Unfortunately, Nikolai went to go investigate the door to room 31, and then he could hear something that started as a voice out loud, but eventually grew to become a voice in his mind that cried out, "You're not Manaksha at all!" or something like that. And now y'all need to roll initiative.
Very well.
Ooh, nice.
I was adding.
I got the copy.
It's doing good.
Thank you, love.
Okay, so do I have to be? That's a rage. That thing where I get to re-roll a dice. That's only a rage power, right?
Right, you have to be raging for that to work.
Yeah,
Shit.
you probably rolled higher than it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that is with the 3, Dave.
I'm gonna say Halt goes before Rivo because of alphabetical order.
What is Holt's dex anyway? I don't know.
+2.
Oh, okay. So Holt is actually a pretty all-around athletic specimen.
Yes.
Yeah, for being a big guy, he's a very light on his feet.
So that being said, like, only Holt has realized that anything has gone wrong. And like at this point, you barely have enough time to be like, "Oh, guys, I think something is happening," but like you don't even know what's going on. That being said, Clementine, it's your turn.
Okay.
Holt
The first thing
staring
I'm
at
actually
that door
doing.
awful intently.
I'm not paying attention to that. I'm paying attention to healing Toby.
That's fair. Have you got Toby's sheet already?
No, I haven't done that, but I did keep track of how many hit points he had lost.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't have time with finals.
But did you keep track of how many hit points he has?
He lost 29, so that number's gonna go down.
That's
He
not
should
the
have a lot more
important
than
number,
that, though.
Clementine.
I know.
Too bad. I'm
Don't kill
Let's
my
figure
goat.
that out right now.
I'm
You and
statting out your
Randall
goat.
should figure that out.
Hey,
That would be immeasurably helpful.
I can do it in Hero Lab if you want to.
Oh, that'd be
They have-
fantastic.
It's all templated out.
That would
You
be
just have
so
to-
helpful.
You just have to tell me the feats that you want to take and the stats you want to increase.
Okay.
I kind of looked at it the other day, and Toby's got like a 20 strength, by the way. That's, I think, the minimum right now. So he's a little bit more formidable than we've been playing him there.
Big boy.
He is a big boy.
The master of a goat familiar gains a +3 bonus on survival checks.
Oh, that's cool.
But yes, here is the base template. Goat. Roll the beautiful heels on that goat.
You got it, baby. All right, so healed him up for 10 hit points.
Awesome. You're level 9, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Now he's at -19.
Whoops. He's got about 57 hit points. Maybe more, maybe less.
Okay.
Maybe more. It can't go any lower than that. But he's got about maximum 57 hit points. Until you get a sheet, that's how many he's got.
Yeah, with
Fair.
Constitution, he should be more than that. I think.
Unfortunately, no. Base stats of Toby as a goat are 12 strength, 13 dex, 12 con, 2 intelligence, 11 wisdom, and 5 charisma.
Yeah, but they go up to like level 4. There's the whole thing goes up. I think.
Yeah, it
Like
goes
he
up by
becomes a
1
medium
point.
creature. I think there's more to it than that, but I'll yeah.
Let's say his strength and dexterity increased by 3, but that's about it.
I might have been using him as a ram too instead of it. I couldn't find the goat.
I did find the goat. I posted it in the chat just so you know what Toby can do. He gets a +4 on finding food. He's come a long way since his 1d4 +1 gore. Anyway, that being said, next it's Solandra's turn.
All right. So the door is still closed.
The door is still closed, although you can
But we
see
know-
Holt staring intently at it.
All right. I do have. I think that I had my blade out anyway, but I will draw brother if I did not. And Holt, what the fuck is happening? I will. I'll hold. I'll hold my action for now.
So let me look at this thing exactly. Anyway, this thing. Oh man, right? Chris knows what he's talking about. So this thing slithers out from behind the door. There are 2 of them. It's sort of just. Does it float? No. It's a large snake-like creature, but the head has a definite humanoid bent. Its mouth is around the doorknob, using its teeth to open it as it slithers into the room, revealing that there is in fact another one of it. But the other one of it, there's something wrong with the other one. Like you get a distinct impression that one of these isn't real, but now you're not sure which one. And it looks at all of you with a shocked expression on its face, and just recoils. Adventurers here? How? And that's its turn. Holt, your turn.
I am also doing a knowledge plans.
Roll that beautiful knowledge planes check.
While you're acknowledging those planes. Oh, 29, nice. Go ahead.
Oh, you are aware that this thing is a Naga. The Naga live on some other plane of existence. This specifically is a dark Naga, so it's probably from the plane of negative energy, you would assume? It can cast some pretty mean spells. It's an incredibly knowledgeable creature. It's also way more stealthy than you would give it credit for, being a large snake-like creature. You can generally take them at their word. The thing that you need to watch out for is their poison, which puts someone to sleep, a magical sleep from which they cannot escape, which allows them to easily either research or destroy the subject. Well, okay, it could destroy you or it could research you, which will also destroy you.
Great.
Yeah, by research, I don't think it means Wikipedia-s.
Are they subject to reason?
They are
So in other
subject to
words-
reason. This is an intelligent creature. You could potentially negotiate with it. I don't know what you would say to try to get it to help you, but you can try.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step away from the door, and draw my sword. Activate the lightning.
Zap. Rivo,
That's
it's
it.
your turn.
I will enter the room and slide to the right of Holt. And
Are any of us in the room? I thought
No, we're
the
in the
Nog was.
doorway. We're still in room 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Nog is coming out of the door.
Yes. So, yeah. Zap. Oh, maps. Oh, map things. But yeah,
I love them.
it is in the square right outside room 31, and Nikolai and Rivo are standing next to each other, right next to it. Are you two trying to give Salandra the opportunity to negotiate with it?
You better do it fast.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's worth the effort here.
I mean,
All right, I'll give it a shot. Trying to figure out what languages I would try to use in this thing. What language it's been speaking telepathically, right?
its telepathic communications are not linguistic. They are known by whoever hears them. Although, if you had to hazard a guess, you would, with your incredible knowledge planes roll, you would probably bet that it speaks Infernal.
Which I don't know.
Womp womp.
So this is an ostensibly evil creature, right? There's not a lot of ambiguity to it.
The Naga generally have an utter disregard towards lesser races. Although it did understand that you were adventurers and did respond with a certain level of shock, amazement, and perhaps awe or fear.
Hold, Naga. We would speak with you before this turns ugly.
Ooh, negotiations before vivisections. I like it.
How did you and these other creatures come to be here?
A fair question. I see no reason not to answer. We are here at the behest of... I'm sorry. Just trying to find a good name. We are here at the behest of the being known as Quarv. He has brought us here to do research.
Fuck. Quar. Would he happen to be a tentacled fuck?
You'll have to be more specific. Most of my friends have tentacles.
Illithid?
Yes, Quarv is an illithid. A rather desperate one, in fact.
Desperate for what, if I could ask?
Success.
Hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what he's doing.
And you're doing research.
Yes. As a matter of fact, he's having me research his very own people. Curious, no?
Yes. Quite. Huh. So, how loyal are you to Quar? Is this a friend, or is this a colleague, or employer?
Employer would be the correct relation. Pardon me. I thought that you were a series of unsophisticated barbarians by the way you handled... And it like gestures with its tail to the misshapen reptilian corpse over there. He was in time out, so I can understand why you did what you did.
He didn't seem terribly interested in talking.
No, sadly, his race is his race is bent towards servitude. They are not permitted to speak, biologically speaking. As the old saying goes, the head is beautiful, but the mouth is useless.
Are all the creatures here telepathic, psionic?
Yes, for the most part. Quarv believes that it will help us more intuitively understand the nature of his work. We are not permitted to share research. We give our reports to him.
That seems to be fucking limiting to beings of intellect. How fucking condescending.
I wouldn't call it condescending. I would call it paranoid.
Hmm.
I like Quarv a lot, but I like Quarv. I am being paid handsomely by Quarv. Others of my ilk are not.
Well, how...
What are you being paid with?
More knowledge. Mostly of the nature of the cosmos from which he has traveled. He and his vessel went to many, many places before they ended up here.
By vessel, do you mean that a being that he's riding, or do you mean like an actual vehicle?
Of that, I am not yet quite sure. I have reason to suspect that it is a vehicle, but he seems to refer to it as if it were alive.
I give Grub a look.
Grub looks at you like, so does it seem bioengineered, or does it seem... No. He speaks of it with affection, like... What's that parental figure that you little creatures have? What is it called?
Mother?
Close. The other one.
A father?
Yes. He treats it like a father.
Wow. Fascinating. Solandra's trying to do the full-on academic thing. Well, I would be personally very curious to see your research on the illithid. A lot of material out there. Now, and I've only been able to recover just a little bit. This is an isolated little pocket dimension, you know.
Are you referring to the fortress, or...
Oh, I'm referring to the Septemport.
The plane's larger than you know, and unfortunately, I am remiss to share my notes. You would have to offer me something of adequate compensation.
Well, I've been enjoying our chat, but the problem seems to be that I don't really see a way for us to well, what would it take for you to offer us assistance, or at least neutrality, when we deal with Quarov? And our intentions are not to kill him.
Oh, good. He's a broken boy, brilliant, but terrified, in a manner of speaking. I am willing to extend, what is it, the grape branch, the grapevine?
Olive is the traditional one for some reason. I don't know.
Close enough.
I have no fucking idea why.
That's the one. So long as you promise not to kill him, and then you may go about your way. Unfortunately, if you want to go through my room or read my notes, I'm going to need some more adequate compensation.
Now, I know that your people tend to be good about keeping their word. So if we did come to an arrangement, it would be binding for you?
Not necessarily binding, magically speaking, but I would be remiss to betray you unless you gave me a very flattering reason, or unless someone else did.
Ronald, where are we again?
You
36?
are in room 10.
10.
Gemma's Hidden Fortress, Hell Jungle, Septemport.
Yeah. So
I
this
haven't
is
named
31.
the planet yet. Yes, so
31 is the...
Near the doorway of 31 and 10, we are trying to get into 31.
So, we kind of need to go through here, don't we?
I mean, you could presumably go back through room 39, go down the hall, and go all the way to room 5. But, you know.
Have you already warned Quarv of our presence?
No,
Not sure.
not yet. I don't know what I would do if he told. I don't know what he would do if I told him. I'm a little curious, to be perfectly frank.
From what I know about Dark Naga, how do I rate our chances against this thing?
Rate your chances at fighting it.
Yeah.
It's currently using its displacement ability. The 4 of you could probably pretty easily overwhelm it just by playing the numbers game. I mean, it only gets 1 action a turn, and it's going to have a really hard time casting spells or doing things if you guys all mob it. That being said, it's got some serious magical mojo. I'm talking lightning bolts and scorching rays and all that good shit.
Yep. So he's got a good chance of mangling us a bit before in any fight.
Ooh, naughty. Trying to size me up, are you?
Do you blame us?
No, I understand. I understand the position that you're in, and I can taste the desperation in the air. I don't know why you're here, but it must be very important.
You also understand that while most likely you can cause us some harm, that the likely outcome of battle would not be good for you.
I have an entire fortress that I can retreat through. You don't have that luxury.
Also, I don't want to fight you.
Aww.
I mean, you're beautiful.
You know what they say.
I've never seen a Naga before.
You know what they say. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Potentially digested.
Oh no, I wouldn't eat you. I would use you to adorn my body.
Somehow that's not as frightening. I would hate for my hair to go to waste.
You want something more substantial that we pay you with?
If you feel
How
like
about-
going through my room.
How about your life? Holt will deactivate the lightning and sheath his sword.
Oh, you silly little pink skin. You think you're negotiating from a position of power. Holt, make a
Adjust your
reflex
good
save.
faith. All right, cool.
All right, Salandra's been holding action this whole time, so as soon as he attacks, I'll be either before or after.
Plus 5 is 18.
Okay.
And brother never left my hand.
So, Rivo, you get a free attack on it just because it's casting a spell in melee with you. It didn't have the opportunity to get further away, but it is going to be able to cast the spell. You won't be able to interrupt it like you normally would.
Okay. Is this a creature of stone or flesh?
It is made of flesh.
Okay.
It's essentially a big snake with anthropomorphic features.
Okay.
It's got
28.
That's a hit. It's got an anthropomorphic head. That's about it. The rest of its body is distinctly snakish. Also, it can detect thoughts at will and has a plus 19 on its perception check.
20 points.
Ow! So it opens up its mouth and unleashes a torrent of lightning that Holt is able to narrowly, it's a near hit. You know what I mean? Like, you're able to dodge most of it, although you do get a little electrocuted. Meanwhile, Rivo brings the great sword down on its body, and it hisses and shrieks as it writhes in terrible pain. Back to the top of initiative. It is Clementine's turn.
What about held action in the previous? Not in
What's the held action? What's your plan?
Well, I mean, as soon as it attacked Holt, I would have moved to attack it.
You can't move. You can't move in a held action, unfortunately.
Oh, what about a spell?
You can cast a spell. Are you throwing some more snowballs?
No, actually, what I'll do is I'll just activate. No, that'd be a waste now. Jesus Christ, it's so tough when you have to be parsimonious with your spells. I'm going to activate Chill Touch, which will make my. I'll be spreading it around my melee, my attacks.
Got it.
So that's like it's going to add a die 6 damage. Oh no, never mind. I won't do that.
Got it. Whoa. What are you doing then?
Oh crap. I will turn on my. I don't know what I'm going to do. Crap. I'll activate flight, so at least I'm in the air for this. I won't be affected by the things, and I will turn Brother Keen and add 1 to enhancement bonus and make him frosty too.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Clementine, it's your turn.
Beautiful. I'm gonna slap this sneaky boy with aggressive thundercloud. So for 3d6 points of electricity damage, unless they pass a reflex save.
Aggressive thundercloud may create a potential problem, though. Oh, nope, never mind.
That thundercloud remembers it.
I thought it was gonna catch Rivo and Holt in its effect.
Yeah, please
but it
don't
won't.
electrocute me.
Nope.
The circle is so small and easy to command that you can keep it out of their area.
Exactly. So it's a little baby cloud. All right.
So it gets a reflex save.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not roll high enough.
Yeah, baby. All right, 3d6 damage. 12 damage.
Okay.
Not the bed.
My love, come here, baby.
Why is he screaming?
Because life is suffering and no one understands. Solandra, it's your turn.
All right. I will move to melee and use a spell strike. Because I'm moving, I can't use spell combat, right?
No.
even though it's a very short move. I will do a spell strike with an intensified shock and grasp.
Sounds good. Was it longer than 5 feet? It's too far.
How?
If it was further than 5 feet, it was too far.
I don't. Oh, I'm not sure how far I was from them. Not very.
No. Like, you can easily reach this thing in spell strike, but you won't be able to use spell combat or make a full attack action if it's further than 5 feet because reasons.
Okay. Yep. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure exactly how far, so it probably was more like 10 feet. Okay, my hit was and let's see, I was in critical range. So to confirm, I got a. Let's see, I'm at currently at plus 16. So, a 22.
Meet to beat. That is exactly its armor class.
I didn't think I was going to make it on that one. All right, and so that means I am currently 10th level. This is an intensified shock and grasp. Oh, let me do the regular damage first. Okay, I do 10 points of damage from the blade itself. 4 points of frost damage. So 14.
Nice.
Wow, weird. I got exactly average. So that since it's a critical, that's 70. So I did 84 points of damage altogether.
Okay, this thing is incredibly dead. You chop it down the center, and its 2 parts of its writhing body go flopping around all over the place before it sputters and dies, exploding into a giant poisony mess. That being said, Rivo and Holt, give me a fortitude save.
Ooh.
Oh, good. $25.
Nice work. You guys feel a little drowsy as this thing's poison coats all over your body, but eventually you're like, wait, no, now is not time for sleeping.
I'm gonna scoot over to them and do a quick create water.
Boof.
Help them
Is
mop up a little.
splashed.
No, she'd wet a little handkerchief and clean your faces off.
Oh,
So
thanks.
the duplicate Naga, is it
Oh, that
gone?
thing!
or-
That thing suffers the same fate. Fortunately, you were able to pick the right one. I rolled a D percentile and I got a 67. I was hoping to get under, so you could be like, I crit it for 84, and I'll be like, you crit the air for 84.
Yep.
But no, you fortunately were able to hit the right one.
Good job, brother.
And it was not able to perform the Ouroboros maneuver. In any event, yeah, it's very dead. But
Okay.
Mm,
For
pity.
next time. No negotiations.
Well, we learned more than we knew before. Kind of worth it, right?
I think so. It's always worth trying to negotiate.
And we can always say that we fucking talked to a Naga. That's something, right?
That's
That was
really
a little
cool.
close.
I had the feeling that we didn't have much to offer it.
you're not wrong.
Thanks for having my back, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you always have ours.
Aw. So I guess we can go into 31 now, can't we?
You
Let's
may.
get this big fucking lizard out of the way. Clementine, you would be really upset if we skinned it, wouldn't you?
I mean, it's dead. No harm, no foul.
It's also
It'd
not
be
an
worse if you
animal.
just let it go to waste.
It just has
I'd be a
animalistic
little
traits.
weirded out. That
Also,
seems
it's
a
gonna
bit
take
much.
forever. This thing's like 14 feet long.
Okay, what I'll do is actually get some venom in the vial. It might be useful some point for a spell component or something.
Yeah, the venom is pretty open. You have 2 doses of dark naga venom. The coolest part is that you are not susceptible to its effect, so you can just do whatever you want with it.
Oh, it's sleep.
Great.
It's sleep, and you are immune to sleep. The DC to overcome is a Fortitude save 19. And it puts the subject to sleep for 2d4 minutes, because go fuck yourself.
It is nap time for them.
But it does have to be applied intravenously in some way. Like, the reason that Rivo and Holt were susceptible because, like, it got on their eyes and mouth. So you could coat a weapon in it, for instance, but you wouldn't be able to just, like, rub it on somebody.
Gotcha.
It's so much more fun.
Would it affect brother?
No.
Brother
Being
doesn't.
Brother
conscious?
never
Okay.
sleeps.
Alright.
Um,
Just making sure.
so do y'all enter room 31?
Oh, God,
Yes.
Chris.
Well, she came up and splashed us with water.
Splash dance. There is actually a rather large pile of gold and magical objects located comfortably in the room, nestled between 2 bookcases. A cursory,
Oh,
simple detect magic and a series of spellcraft rolls identifies the scrolls and potions simply. Like this is like grade school potion making. If you don't want to do it, you can have Grub do it. No one cares.
Yep.
This is not weirdo, unidentified magic shit. That being said, the Naga's research is a bit more difficult to read because it is all written in Infernal.
Fuck. Well, I'll have to memorize comprehend language at some point. Probably too late to be of any use here. Ah, fuck,
Once
that'd
we
be
get out of
interesting.
here, I'll give it a go.
Actually, Grub raises his hand and he's like, "I speak Infernal."
Oh, of course you do.
What a
That's
fucking
convenient.
surprise. I hand it to him.
Blah blah blah. It's mostly talking about like what exact sort of nutrition that a mind flayer derives from the brains that it consumes. Apparently, it's not just consuming the matter of the brain. It prefers live subjects because it also has to consume the brain waves, whatever the fuck those are. I guess it's some sort of latent psionic power. Probably pretty weak considering we can't like communicate telepathically or whatever.
Huh.
I'm guessing that I'm going to take the scrolls because I think they're pretty much completely useless to everyone else. They're not that useful for me.
They're not very useful scrolls.
Nope.
Ostensibly,
We
I would
don't
say
need
they're
them,
useless. Useful as far as selling them for money.
Yep, pretty much.
you get the sort of impression that this Naga had either found them and been like, "Ooh, a piece of candy," or had made them in their spare time when they were bored.
Yep. Like I spell scar myself.
Right. I mean, your spell scars have some sort of meaning or purpose, but like, don't tell me you wouldn't do it if you were just bored. You would.
No,
You know
definitely.
it. But yeah, that's all Grub is able to get from the information from this text, and he's just like, I don't know exactly. Well, apparently, Quarv indicates some sort of discrepancy in the mutant brains that he's been eating. So apparently mutants on the menu, and it's not the same as regular people brain. He says with a shrug. A disgusted shrug.
Well, it would make sense if their brains were mutated too. Does it say how many brains it has to eat to live?
Not many. Apparently it only needs to eat about like one brain a week. But it can go even longer than that without risking starvation. That's just sort of like its comfort level.
Okay.
Well,
On that lovely note, to the
We'll
door on
divvy
the
up
other
the
side
treasure.
of 31.
I'm about to say, are you continuing to room 9?
Yes.
Did you say there was coin on the floor?
Yes.
Yes, we get 225 apiece.
Oh, okay.
it's like 900 gold pieces was the.
There's something written in Draconic on the wall. It appears to be someone's sort of graffiti mark. I wouldn't worry about it.
Where is it written?
I point at it.
Riley, what does that say?
Grub looks at it and he's like, it says I ran out of swords. I think it's someone's name? Or like, either that or it's supposed to denote some sort of warrior who threw swords?
Oh, no wonder I'm not. I went to the filthing grubs. I was like, where is everything?
Wrong chat room.
Yeah. Oh, that's so much better. So was that in room 9 or was that still 31?
That's in room 31.
Okay, so we haven't opened the door to room 9 yet.
No.
What sort of door is this one?
Allow me to explain. It is a stone door. It is a large slab of stone, and it seems to slide up and down. Unfortunately, it appears to be stuck in the down position.
Okay, what the fuck was your guy doing? I'm looking at Clementine. Why are all the fucking doors different?
Because Dogo, why are all the doors different? I mean, unless you just got bored with making them matching. You just got bored with making them matching, didn't you? Fair enough. You wanted it to be confusing.
Well,
Fuck.
consider me confused.
Also, this door is going to be incredibly hard to break and lift unless you can get some sort of leverage.
Is there any sign of a lever or something to open it on this side?
No.
Are there any small openings?
Just
Mr. Curry,
like
that we have a potion. We have a potion of diminution.
oh no, there is no like 2-foot high hole or something like that. Nothing that small.
Well,
Well, that's probably why he ran out of swords. He was trying to use them as a lever for the door.
Don't be getting any ideas.
well, a brother could do it.
I mean, you could smash it down. It's just it would just take some time. Like if you were fleeing a pursuer, it would take you a really long time to break the door down. But you guys can just do it here in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's going to really be subtle for anyone on the other side of this.
Dogo made this one to be remotely controlled by the throne room.
That doesn't help us.
Not one bit.
So there's no way to open it from the next room. Of doing that. Fuck.
So we break this door down, or we jump across a pit of spikes. Your choice.
Or walk around an entirely different way.
Well, I'm not fucking worried about the pit of spikes.
Same.
Yeah, that's because you guys can fly. Some of us don't have that privilege. Shit, if one of us falls down there, I don't even know how we're gonna get out.
I've got some rope.
Thank God.
Hey, just out of curiosity, Salandra would have a good idea of when someone's feather falling, are they also light?
No, it doesn't actually make them any lighter. It just makes it so they fall more slowly.
Okay. Just curious if, like, Salandra would actually be able to carry Holt while he was feather falling.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but thought I'd check.
Good try. I guess.
I think,
Clementine, do you have anything?
I mean, I can fly, so the pit's no problem for me, but I think we should try and just slam this door down.
All right, let's go.
So you guys just gonna hack it to pieces?
Yep.
Who is going to participate in the hacking?
Holt.
How many people can actually be by this door at any given time?
3 people can be adjacent to the door.
I would say Toby can probably...
Headbutt it?
Yeah.
Save the poor boy some concussions. So Holt's gonna smack it. Anyone else gonna work on smacking it?
Yeah, Salandra will too.
Sounds good. After 4 minutes of just like constant clank, 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 eventually you knock some of the bricks free and loose, and then it's just a matter of like knocking the rest down and reaching through. Fortunately, there's nothing on the other side. That being said, the room is like completely bar and empty. There is absolutely nothing inside.
That's suspicious.
There could have been something inside before we started making all the noise in the world.
Is it dark?
No, the entire fortress is lit by magical lights lined along the walls and ceiling.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just in the hall.
No, that shit's everywhere.
Cool.
This is a fucking immense room, and it's fucking empty.
Totally empty. The stonework on the bottom is wrought and like uneven as shit, and the stone along the walls is just like completely bare.
By the way, are squares 5 foot, 10 foot?
They're 5 feet.
Okay, so it's not as big as I thought. No.
I mean, it's 130 feet by 130 feet with literally nothing in it.
31?
No, room 9.
We're 9 now. Yeah.
31 is only...
That's where the Naga was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Their exits from room 9 are north and west.
North.
North, eh?
Yes.
The north entry is a wooden door. It appears to be locked.
Does it appear to be trapped?
I knew I should have learned how to fucking pick locks when I was screwing that.
It's just a wooden door.
Roll perception.
I thought you were. Aren't you saving? Oh no, that was only.
Yeah, I think those perception scores were lost.
Yep.
Grub pipes up. I had a device that could unlock doors, but you guys wanted me to create some more dangerous devices. So I made those instead.
They
When
were
did we-
useful.
When did we say that?
When you said that the ship needed some weapons,
Oh, okay.
It did.
yeah, and now I don't have my master unlocker. That thing was a beaut. Alternatively, you guys could also just break down this door too. Kick down the door, piss off all the monsters.
Well, I mean, we already slammed down a stone door.
Yeah, like this wooden door's not going to be a big problem. But it's important to look at things with our special eyes.
What do your elven eyes see? But yes, this door does not appear to be trapped.
Bust it down.
Sounds good.
Bustin'.
Bustin' makes me feel good. After a minute of concerted smashing, you're able to smash the hinges of the door, and the thing just sort of like flops off. It bends the other way. Like the lock is still in place, but the hinges have been smashed. So now it just sort of opens the other way as parts of it bend in a way that they're not meant to. At which point the door sort of like trips, falls, and collapses all over itself.
Oh, fuck, Gadra would be so embarrassed by me.
I throw the pieces of the door back into the room, get them out of the way in case we have to exit.
That's a really good call, because if you didn't and you guys ran through this area, you could be certain I'd be making you guys roll athletics to not trip and fall all over your face.
Yeah,
Thanks, Rivo.
The same with a brick pile, too.
A good call. As you enter this hallway, there is like, it looks like someone drew a maze in the tiles on the floor. Just a weird sort of nondescript labyrinth.
Detect magic?
It's not magic. It's just someone drawing.
Okay.
This is nothing but superstition, but don't fuck with that. That looks like a fairy maze.
So what, don't step on the lines?
That's to the right?
Yes, that goes. It starts
Ow.
a little bit beyond the door that you are exiting, but it goes to the east.
Alright, so but the east is towards room 10 where there's a big fucking pit blocking the whole corridor, isn't there?
Yes, but it will be much easier to get across the pit on that side than it will from room 10, because from room 10 you were doing this weird diagonal jump. Through corridor W, it'll just be a straight jump over 5 feet. Like, anyone who has legs can make that jump.
Okay.
That's where I was planning on leading y'all, so...
Sounds good. To room 14,
Can I
then?
take a closer look at the maze?
Yeah.
You may take a closer look at the maze.
I'm very interested in it.
You start.
Like, perception? Or can I just, peek at it?
Is there an investigation skill?
I don't believe so.
Neither do
I
I.
think that they usually use perception investigation.
Sounds good. Make a perception roll.
You got it. Oh, Goose, you're so heavy.
The other thing is if there's a specific knowledge that's involved.
You can use the knowledge.
Right.
Cool. 22.
22. You look at it, and you get a sort of flash of insight. This is what the next floor down looks like.
Oh. Could I-
Whereas this area is a series of organized rooms, this maze seems to be indicative of like certain clues in the geometry and like certain little things written here and there. Like one of the thing that really tips it off is like at the beginning and end it's labeled the world below, and you're like, below what? And then you realize, oh wait, it's below us. If you go down the stairwell from room 2, it'll lead you to a basement.
Yeah, Clem?
Could I borrow a piece of paper and a pen?
Yeah, sure. Don't see why not.
Thanks. I'm gonna copy this maze down.
Sounds good. Should you get
Just
lost
ahead.
down there, it will help you find your way out. But why
Of course,
would you
if
go
we-
and do a thing like that?
Why indeed.
Why is the fucking Naga still talking to us?
I'm sorry. I'm secretly a Naga. You didn't know? You see, Dave? That's why I've never introduced myself to you. Because I'm a motherfucking Naga. That being said...
Having given him a hug, I can confirm. Naga.
That being said...
From your pictures on Facebook, I had always assumed Hobbit, but no.
Holt, you recognize that labyrinth, the opening to it, would be the armory that Gemma spoke about. So if you can get down the stairs from room 2, you might be able to find some things that would help you. And if you are willing to brave the labyrinth, you may be able to find other material goods. Unfortunately, you will also encounter otherworldly allies that Gemma summoned but never dismissed.
Noted.
Why can't you dismiss them now?
No. I mean, he's not here. Just because I'm here doesn't mean he is.
Alright, let's get over this fucking pit.
Sounds good. Everybody makes... tell me if you do not have an athletics score with a +5 bonus.
Let's see.
You combine
athletics or-
swimming and athletics in athletics, right?
Yeah.
Oh, swimming plus acrobatics.
Yeah, no, swimming and climb turn into athletics. But you can also use acrobatics instead of jump.
I don't.
Yeah, I have acrobatics, and
So, like, you can use athletics to jump or acrobatics to jump. Like, each skill covers the same action in terms of jumping.
So who can't get over?
Grub raises his
We'll,
hand.
we'll
I'm
have
one
to
shot.
roll.
Rivo, are you gonna chuck the nerd?
Yeah. My athletic score and strength, I think, I can.
Yeah, you've got more than enough. You do some dwarf tossing.
except for the fact that he's like 6'6" and skinny.
Yeah, he's really gangly. He takes the fall kind of hard, not like, oh, I'm gonna die hard, but like, ah, fuck. Like, not even taking any damage hard. It's just like, it's just a bad fall. He's just too gangly. Like, because you are so short and he is so gangly, like, I don't know if you toss him or if you just hold him under your arm and then jump. It doesn't matter. It's just not gonna work well for him. In any event, you are all able to overcome the pit.
I will not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Wait, did you not have any points in athletics or acrobatics?
I have 1 in acrobatics.
Oh, that's a real fucking neato, kid. I'm gonna need that sweet, sweet acrobatics roll.
You need to rewrite that whole scene again.
Yup. All right, Holt, make that sweet acrobatics check. So, Rivo, you hop over with Grub, and like you all.
No. I'd be there to toss Holt too, but that's gonna be harder.
You're gonna have a hard time tossing Holt. He's very heavy. Like Grub weighs like 110 pounds soaking wet, and like 120 pounds including all of his gear. Holt weighs like 280 pounds with all of his shit.
I'm sorry. I was 110 pounds in college, and I was 5'9", and I was around as skinny as a human being could get. So.
Yeah, like, same, so. Please don't actually kill Grub. Like, there's a limit as to how small a human can be.
Well,
So
I
I
mean, you've also got to understand he hasn't been sleeping lately.
That's true, and I haven't really seen him eat.
About to say,
He's had the rum.
what was that, Rivo? Or Chris?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
Go
you're about to say, Clementine, now that you think about it, you cannot remember the last time he ate.
Huh. All I can remember is offering him tea to try and help him sleep, and he was like, I'm good.
Anyway, swiftly moving on. Rivo, if you want if you want Rivo to toss you, Rivo, you can make an athletics check at a -10 penalty, which is still better than his acrobatics check.
Oh. Okay, so I'll change that because I thought it was going to be strength.
Athletics is a strength-based skill, so your strength will help considerably.
Oh, athletics is a strength. What?
No, yeah, athletics is a strength-based skill. The only strength-based skill there is, and acrobatics is a dexterity-based skill. But you said you have 1 skill point in acrobatics.
Yeah.
So like we're talking either a +3 athletics from just your strength, or a +1 from acrobatics, like from
Okay.
your dex.
That's a total.
You do realize that athletics is like a class skill for fighters. So, like, if you just take 1 point,
You get 3 extra
really-
points free. In any event, we circumvent this entirely. Yes!
Okay.
Baby Moses. In any event, we circumvent this entirely because fucking Rivo has a human tossing parade thrown in his
Fine.
honor.
Throw me. Do it.
You get tossed. You both
Great.
get tossed. 1 in each hand because he's so fucking swole. Anyway. On to room 14.
Yes, please.
The door to this room is made out of iron and is also locked.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
fuck. Iron is a little bit of trouble. I'm gonna. Well, first I'm gonna look at the door. I presume other people will be studying it too. So, but I'll be checking it to see if I can see anything that looks like an obvious trap.
You don't need to re-roll another perception. The perception that you rolled will be your perception until you find a trap. And then if none of you roll high enough, then bad things will happen. If someone rolls high enough, they'll be like, wait, I think that's a trap. I think it's a trap.
Is there a keyhole?
There is a keyhole.
Can I look through it?
You can. There is nothing on the other side.
I was planning on listening through it since metal conducts sound pretty well.
Oh, actually, there is nothing alive on the other side. There is a ballista. There is a ballista with no bolt in it pointed at the door.
Well, that's...
Oh. Maybe this was a trap.
But someone never bothered to reload it? Who knows?
Yeah. No.
Or it has an invisible bolt?
I'm just going to do a detect magic on the area.
Nothing magical.
Door. Okay.
Door's not magic.
Well, we could probably bash this thing down eventually, but...
It's going to take time.
I might as well.
Yeah,
Fuck.
time I don't feel like spending, Grub says as he takes out his heat ray and launches 8 scorching rays at the door, turning it into a molten pile of slag.
Well,
Solander was going to use Blink to tell it to step through it, but okay, that works too.
thanks, Grub. Warning would be great.
No, don't worry about it. The heat ray's totally safe. It evenly distributes the heat totally across the iron door. We're never in any danger, unless I was aiming for you.
Okay.
That's really neat.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So door 14 has that siege weapon in it and nothing else. So you did you guys want to go to room 17? That is the throne
north
room.
door is the throne room.
Gemma helpfully points out you don't want to open that door.
All right, let's not go through that door.
As you look upon it, it is clear to see that it is obviously ensorcelled in some way. There is a large, misshapen, grotesque, screeching mouth above it.
Oh.
You all succeed on your detect trap rolls. This thing is a trap, a particularly nasty one, but what it does, you're not quite certain. Unless Solandra would like to cast Detect Magic and investigate further.
I might as well.
Roll that beautiful spellcraft footage, because you might not be able to roll high enough to figure it out.
Do I get my +2 racial thing?
Yes.
Is that all? I think that's for magical objects.
It's a magical object, all right.
Okay. In that case, 30.
You don't know what it is, but you know that it's deadly. You're looking through what you understand of magical sigla and what you understand of abstract magical theory, and you're like, no, that thing shits death. I don't know exactly in what way.
Fuck me. Melon? Fuck.
It's always worth a shot.
That was worth a try.
You also get the distinct impression that the thing that triggers it is proximity.
All right, stay as fucking far away from that thing as you can.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I'm pretty sure that it either makes you shit yourself to death or sucks the life out of you, or both.
Yeah, I'm not going to risk that.
There's 3 doors on the west.
There are. Which door will you choose?
The middle one.
Sounds good. Damn it.
That's not a door, actually. That's something.
It looks like it's an open hallway.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is just an open archway.
You sure you want to go this way, given the map? Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Are you trying to
Yeah,
go
we're
to...
going to go into 44.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Goose, please. Just
There's nothing
pick
in
a
that
spot.
hallway. So you're going to room 44? That's the goal?
Yeah. Yep.
You don't need to make a perception check. You can clearly hear the sounds of what appears to be like 1,000 growling dogs. They all sound very upset.
puppies.
No Clementine.
Yeah, given this fucking place, that's probably not normal dogs.
Unless you want me to open the door, you toss a ball of lightning, and I close the door.
I mean, Clementine could try to use her natural druidic, what's it called? Animal communion? You can go for it if you want. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say yes either.
Can I try it?
You certainly can.
Does the door have to be opened for her to try it?
Yes.
Clementine convinced me that this is a good idea.
It's a great idea, Holt. I love dogs.
Can you talk to a bunch of fucking animals at the same time, or just one?
I mean, I talk to my
Alright.
herd a lot.
She can communicate with the whole group at once.
I mean, you did that with the rats in the sewer.
And I mean, that's a little different, but I mean, if you're talking to, say, a big herd of sheep or goats or even cows.
You do recall that didn't fucking end all that well?
I mean, yeah.
No.
Okay, the rats didn't end well, but the pigs and goats and sheep and everything else, those work fine. What the fuck did I just find?
I don't know, what did you just find?
So looking up animal communion is actually very silly and gives you a lot of cute stuffed animals that you can get for someone's first communion.
Aww. Completely unapplicable to this situation.
Yeah.
Basically, you make a roll. Wild empathy is what it's called. Basically, you
Wild
make a roll.
empathy, that's right.
You add your charisma bonus plus your druid level. And then, depending on how well you roll, the creature will respond appropriately.
What about your handle animal bonus?
Handle animal does not count for this roll.
Damn it! I've got such a good bonus for that.
Sorry.
There. Okay. Wild empathy. Okay. It's 1d20. Goose Goose, will you blow on this for me since you're being a pain in my ass?
No.
No, he won't. Oh, okay. Let's see. So, adding my druid level, so that makes 14 plus my charisma modifier. 16?
Okay. So here's what happens. You open up the door, and there are 7 panther-like creatures on the other side.
Oh fuck! Not displacer
Oh,
beasts.
those are dogs.
Well, no. Number one, they're not displacer beasts. They don't have tentacle fists. They just look like panthers. And you're like, hey. They're fighting over like some loose chunks of meat. They don't look like emaciated or like gonna starve, but they're like, nope, this food's mine, and they're all gonna fight over it. They might even be having what is sort of like a friendly competition. And you're like, hey guys, why can't we all be pals? And they all look at you, and the flesh from their face peels back, revealing nerve, muscle, and bone underneath as they all snarl at you. I'm going to need everyone who is witnessing this to make 7 will saves and give me all of the results.
Oh god.
What?
Okay, see you in 5 years.
7 will saves and just send me all the results. Like in one message, preferably, please.
Hey, Ziggy. Hey, big boy. Oh, I've missed you, my love. Oh, shit. Why did you do that, buddy? What the?
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
The DC is
fine,
low,
don't worry.
but they will add up, and they will sort of,
All right, so
they may
no,
overcome you.
Sorry, I seem to have
it,
just
Holt,
lost my
it was
Holt, this is a fear-based effect, so you will get your fearless bonus to it.
Yes!
Ziggy. What is it, my love? I'm sorry for my screaming cat. I'm pretty sure he's deaf.
I'm pretty sure that the life is suffering and no one understands, and he just wants to let you know.
No, like, I think he actually is deaf.
Oh, I know that's what you think, and I think you're wrong, and I think that he just recognizes that life is suffering and no one understands, and that he really wants to let you know.
one more.
Fear-based effects!
Fear.
Oh, crap.
That's fine. I
Put it in
see
the-
it in the memes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you knew what my crap was about.
Holt, you are shaken. You're gonna
Cool, what does that mean?
You get a -2 to everything. If you make
Gotcha.
a roll, subtract 2 from it. But you're not like crapping your pants or fleeing in terror or anything. It's just like, whoa, okay. Like you're looking at all these things, and like, strangely enough, all of them doing it at once kind of like mitigates the fear effect. Like, it's not as scary when they're all doing it at the same time. But like, you catch one of their eyes, and it's just like you just stare into its cold, dead eyes. So you get shaken. Everyone else seems to overcome the fear rather handedly. At which point, everybody roll initiative.
Should I also make a knowledge planes?
Yes.
Oh, buddy.
Fuck, yes! Finally! A good initiative roll, fuck!
Later,
this
Clem.
is what it goes to! Nat 20 goes to a fucking initiative roll.
Oh, damn it, I'm still in memes. Sorry.
Get out of memes, kid.
Like 17 tonight for some reason. You know, I think that this may be the first time that Holt has got ahead of Salandra?
I think it
Woo! Let's go. Yeah, this is the first time.
All right. Knowledge planes. That was a 23. Is planes the appropriate role for these creatures? No. Dungeoneering is the correct knowledge roll to identify these creatures.
Oh crap!
You understand that they are not planarly aligned.
All right, so my dungeoneering would be 4 less than that, so 19. So my knowledge planes is greater than my knowledge dungeon.
You've probably noticed a pattern that when people generally fear effects or intimidation, that's like, I don't know, just freaking bacon and donuts to Rivo. He's going to run
He's
right
eating it
at
up, baby.
I was about to say, he's seen what real fear looks like, and this is just like a cheap trick to him. Oh, you can make your skin peel back. I can make that happen too. But Salandra, do you have that sweet, sweet knowledge dungeoneering?
Oh yeah, 19.
Oh, 19.
So, I mean, unless you want me to, do you want me to re-roll it? Because I just was taking the knowledge.
Oh, no,
planes.
I need another roll.
Oh, another roll. Okay, sorry.
This is a sonic mind-affecting fear effect. The name of this ability is Skullface.
Oddly,
Thanks, I hate it.
I
These-
ended up with a much better roll.
These things are known as Krenshar. They are a anomalous sort of magical creature. They are more intelligent than you would suspect. Like, average animal intelligence is 2, 3, or lower. A Krenshar's intelligence is more around the 5 to 7 range. They seem to, bend all of their intelligence towards, instigating fear and cruelty. Although they have been known to be befriended by druids and rangers. Clementine just seems to have been a little too surprised by them to do that right.
Have I faced these in a ring?
You have not faced a magical creature like this before. They mostly use pack tactics. The things you face are usually more larger, fantastic creatures. More crowd pleasing, like bigger, funner to look at. It really sucks when you unleash a Krenshar pack on the crowd in the arena, and the entire crowd shits themselves and starts running away in a frantic scramble to escape. Now that you mention it, Lobo did mention a stampede that killed hundreds of spectators. You realize that this is probably what happened, or at least something very similar. And
Connor goes, oops.
No, Connor was more like, oh wow, that was entertaining.
He couldn't stop laughing. And there's nothing worse than hearing Connor laugh. In any event, it is Holt's turn.
Salandra just shouts, "These fucking things are pack animals.
Good.
Krenshar, they work together."
They're also no more powerful than your average panther.
Okay.
So do with that what you will.
I'm going to need to draw my sword as my move action.
Nope, you can draw as part of your move action because you have a +1. You have a base attack bonus of greater than +1.
Sweet. Okay, then I'll do that. I need to move. Are they blocking my entrance into the room?
No, not yet. They haven't moved.
Okay, then I definitely want to get inside and make space for, other people to follow me. And I'd like...
Grub actually suggests, don't bother, I got this.
Okay.
What?
I got this.
All right.
Okay.
Then I guess I draw my sword and hold my action.
Solandra, what do you do?
Well, since Grub is possibly going to do something destructive in the room, I will do a slumber hex on one of the panthers.
Sounds good.
So that's just a will save. They have to meet a DC 19 now.
At least he'll die sleeping as a fireball envelops the room, torching all of them.
Oops.
Let's see if any miraculously survive. You never know. You never know.
Sorry, Clem. I was going to try to leave a few of them alive for you.
Oh, poor babies.
Poor
They're not.
critters.
They're not. They're called Crenshaw.
They don't deserve to live. Yeah, no, not a single one of these survives the blast.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
So, I look curiously at his staff. So, how often can you do that? Are you expending?
No. It's not in the staff. And he opens up his robes to reveal. You know that scene from Machete when he opens up his coat and it's just filled with knives? He opens up his coat and it's filled with all sorts of weird buttons and doodads. Like, they look like wands and some of them look like firearms, but yeah. And he's like, this is the heat ray, and this is the immolator, and this conjures flaming spheres, and this one shoots fireballs, and this one shoots lightning bolts, and this one is the thing that allows me to bend light around us, and then this thing closes doors, and this thing creates a shield, and then this thing fires grease all over the place, and then this thing allows us to not die when we fall down.
That's amazing!
That being said, the heat ray is going to overheat soon, so I prefer not to use it. Because if one of these things stops working, it could be disastrous.
So
Thanks for showing us.
These aren't like wands. These are technological devices, right?
Yeah. I mean, they do work on magical principles, although some of them work on more scientific principles. Crystals and shit. I could explain it, but I think I might throw up.
Oh, fuck, I may have to learn this technology stuff at some point. Suppose we had a few hundred years.
If only time were on your side.
Mhm.
Also, I forgot that Grub has a Rod of Thunderous Force.
That's a good thing to remember he has.
That is
Especially when we're breaking down doors.
Right.
So-
Because none of us can pick a damn log.
Does
Well, unfortunately, it just makes a lot of loud noise.
Oh.
What were you saying, Solandra?
does Clementine have a staff of thunder and lightning?
It's a lightning. It's a
Lightning.
shepherd's crook that has lightning on it.
So I mean, just like a melee weapon with a shock effect.
Yeah.
Oh.
It
Okay,
is.
never
It
mind.
is not the fists of thunder and lightning of the Mecharut inevitable. Unfortunately,
It's just like her walking stick that she uses to pole vault over things that are too high for her because
she is so tiny.
it's
And-
the last resort.
I'm just gonna have to show you how to use dagger or something.
Fortunately,
She has a stickle.
you realize pretty handily that the room, the door to the north that enters to the throne room, is trapped. It appears to you recognize that it can literally see you. Like, there is an eyeball at the top of it that's made out of like stone. So you use your detect magic on it. The eye has true seeing, so you can't even like try to trick it. It automatically resets and it fires 2 acid arrows.
It does this now, or it will do that if we attempt to open the door?
It will do that if you attempt to open it.
Oh, okay.
Well, after that, I'm wondering if maybe Quarth knows we're here. Quarth?
Do you try to get near the door to try to figure out what's going on in the throne room?
No, not yet.
That's probably a good idea.
I don't want to get hit by acid arrows.
You do like rather loudly think his name and get no response. I'm about to say, these acid arrows will fuck you up.
That's a problem.
I'm talking 2d4 acid damage for 7 rounds, and there's 2 arrows, so that's 4d4 acid damage for 7 rounds. That's every round for 7 rounds.
Well, technically, Clementine can wash the acid off of us. So.
Nope. This is just like an overflowing wellspring of acid that comes out of the wound. You can't wash it away. Like, that's the problem. It just keeps coming out. You're like, oh man, let me send the bucket down the well. What's in there? Acid. All right, I got some acid out. What's in there now? More fucking acid.
Okay.
The Holt takes out the map. So can't go that way.
Well, we can. It just was not a fucking great idea.
Well, do you have anything that can destroy a stone eye that shoots acid arrow?
Enormous amount of damage if I need to. I don't know if it's going to be enough to destroy it.
I wouldn't waste it for a trap in a room.
Right.
What if we went down this hallway to the other way to room 20?
Room 20.
Because we just need... Yeah, see.
So we can't get through room 44 without activating that trap? Because we could try to go to room 45.
You could try to go through room 45, or you could try to go through hallway SU.
Oh, I thought that the eye had vision of like the entire...
It does, but it's made to prevent people from going through the door. Like Clementine, Dogo explains the rudimentary trap door knowledge. Like any of the traps here that are vaguely intelligent are triggered if someone tries to open the door.
Makes sense.
Oh, well then...
Yeah. So you can 45. Go through the room without triggering the trap, but you can't open the door without triggering the trap. Unless you have a rogue with a 10-foot pole, etc., etc.
Nope.
Sounds good. Unfortunately...
Is it locked?
It's locked! It's so locked! That being said, it is just a wooden door. Like, literally, Rivo could shoulder bash it to break it down. That being said, you look at the lock on this thing, and like it is nauseating. Holt, make a will save.
Fear or nah?
No, this is not a fear-based effect. Like the lock is the lock uses non-Euclidean geometry in order to keep itself locked.
Got a 10.
Yeah, no. Holt, so you kneel down in front of the lock to check out the door to get to room 45. And you're checking it out, and like the more you touch it, the more sick you feel until you just like get up, lean against the wall, and fucking spew chunks all over the place. Granola everywhere.
Ugh.
All over the burnt Crenshaw. The smell is unbearable.
Ugh. Was that goat?
You alright, Holt?
Electing
Electing to ignore Salandra.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Stay away from the door.
Fucking too late.
Do you also investigate the lock? Clementine, do you also investigate the lock on the door?
It is getting smashed.
Oh, no.
I was...
Smithereens.
Yeah.
I imagine Holt was like, stay away from the smash.
Rivo, you're like, oh my god, the door is literally evil. It's hurting my friends. So you kick that shit the fuck down, and it just flops over. Thud. The room on the other side is completely empty. Not literally completely empty. It might be. Let me check. It's adorned with some old tattered like Gemma banners. It seems to be just like a storeroom of some variety. That being said, everybody give me a perception check on the northern door.
Ooh.
Well, stop screaming at me. Hello. Hello.
Whoa, whoa, wow.
Yeah, no, he screams.
It's what he do. That 8 perception. Solandra, you recognize that this door is also trapped.
Oh, fuck me.
I'm not making this up. You recognize it immediately as a chain lightning trap.
Oh,
It has a proximity trigger, so it doesn't have true seeing, but if anyone gets close to it, it will just understand that something is there and then launch chain lightning. Unfortunately, you're able to look at the sort of like magical runes that adorn it. This thing has like 50 charges of chain lightning remaining, and it will set it off every round someone is within the proximity.
don't fucking move to that side of the room.
Another trap? You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, this one's fucking worse than the last one. It will just go off as we get anywhere near it. It's fucking chain lightning that probably burn the crap out of most of us.
Did Dogo do all this, or was it Quarv?
Clementine's blaming Dogo. She is smacking herself on the head, going, "Damn it, Dogo!"
Fresh carrot cake.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, he's taking credit. Bastard.
What? He said that he wanted the place to be safe. It's so fucking safe.
It's so fucking unsafe. Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear that part. Never mind.
And unfortunately, the door to the west is also locked, but only made out of wood. Halt, you recognize the lock on it immediately as the lock on the other door's twin.
Nope, nope. He just turns around, just not looking at it.
But say, would Rivo like to break this door down as well?
Yeah.
Sounds good. It's a trivial matter breaking this door down. Like the hardest part is breaking the lock off of its hinge. But yep, this door goes down with a clatter. Give me some more perception checks.
What does SU stand for?
Don't worry about it.
I think it's that U is the horizontal one, and S is the vertical one.
No, they're things.
No, it's, yeah.
Oh.
Halt, you don't know why
okay.
Gemma made you mark these. He confesses that he doesn't remember. Like, he doesn't worry about the traps in his fortress because, like, they know who he is, so they don't trigger on him. But they will trigger on you. Clementine, you recognize what this is because it involves one of your favorite spells. You recognize that the object at you marks a trap. You're able to see it, and you know what one half of it is. One half of it is a Summon Monster 7 trap.
Whoa!
It has a proximity trigger. It automatically resets. It has 7 charges of Summon Monster 7, but you don't know what the other half is. That being said, Solandra, roll a beautiful spellcraft roll to figure out what the other half of the trap is.
Is it a magical object?
It is a magical object.
Okay. That brings me to plus 19.
Oh, never mind. The summoned creature is a preset creature. So, okay, 34. That's good. The other half of the trap is a force cage. So it will trap you inside the area and then force you to fight what it summons in melee combat. And you recognize, further examining the Summon Monster 7 runes, there is the name of a devil inscribed in them. You don't recognize the name of the devil as anyone important, but do you have knowledge? Right, now roll a knowledge planes. I'm sorry, there's just so much shit that is
fucking
wrong.
waste.
Maybe not a waste.
I mean, you're going to want to know what this thing is.
Okay. Well, that was a natural 20.
Woo!
Whoa!
This summons a Hamatula devil or a barbed devil. So this thing wants to get locked in melee combat with you, and the force cage is like literally 5 feet by 5 feet. Like, if you step in this, you will be engaged in a grapple with it. Basically, you won't even have enough room to swing a sword, and
they're covered with barbs.
And they're covered with barbed blades. Like, all it will do is start twirling around and doing fucking cartwheels all over the force cage and just rip up whoever is inside. And no one else will be able to interfere because force cage.
Barbed devils aren't a joke, if I remember.
They are not. Number one, they exude an aura of fear. Number two, they have claws with a critical range. If they hit you with a claw, they automatically start a grapple, and if they succeed in a grapple against you, they can like just rub their body against you, which deals 3d8 plus 9 damage. They also have spell resistance, immunity to fire and poison, damage reduction, and acid and cold resistance. Also, the barbs create a sort of defensive aura around it, not including the other spells that it can cast.
All right, so the thing that would be summoned here is a fucking barbed devil. They're nasty as fucking shit. They would put you under, essentially, there's a cage here that means that you'd be fucking hugging the thing. In other words, all right, let's put it this way. I'm not volunteering for this one.
That being said, Clementine, you look beyond it, and you can see with your keen halfling eyes another fucking trap on the other side. Make a knowledge nature roll.
Oh, Lord. You got it. 23.
The spell on the other side, the spell on the trap on the other side of this is called Earth Maw. You have heard legends of the earth growing hungry, and those legends...
I thought that was a metaphor.
No, it is an expression of the Earth Maw spell. If you stand on that tile of the floor, the earth will turn into a gigantic gaping mouth and fucking eat you. The mouth only lasts for a certain number of minutes, and if you are in its mouth at the end of that duration, you get crushed as it reassumes its natural state.
You know something? The fucking acid arrow is starting to look pretty damn good right now.
Yeah.
I wonder, Clem.
Yeah?
You can summon an earth element, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they resistant? Aren't they good against acid?
Let me check.
Let me check.
So. I think you can only summon a small-sized elemental. That being said...
I think at this level I can do a medium.
Well, you can transform into one.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, but you have 5th level spells. Jeez, you're almost going to have 6th level spell. Wow.
Almost, baby.
I'm a long way off.
That being
Not that
said...
No,
actually,
I am.
If you turn yourself into a medium-sized earth elemental, you will actually be able to withstand the acid damage that it deals, because it'll give you resistance 10 to acid, but you'll only take 8 damage per acid arrow. Only a maximum of 8, so you will literally just be able to get soaked in acid and it won't hurt you.
Wonderful. All right.
That being said, how many charges did it have? Let me check real quick.
7, I think, for the...
no, that's how many rounds it lasts.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
It has 50 charges, so you'll have to go 32 rounds, so you'll just have to sit there for about 5 minutes as just this thing pelts you with acid. It won't kill you. It won't even hurt you. It'll just be an incredibly unpleasant experience. It'll basically be 5 minutes of agony.
Okay, that I can handle. I was like, that might actually kill me, but if it won't actually kill me.
Nope. The acid that it uses because it's a damage over time, it won't actually do enough damage to harm your stony hide. That being said, this is not going to be pleasant.
This is sort of like a dermal peel.
Yeah, it's like a depilatory. It's gonna be awful.
Clementine just kind of doesn't volunteer any of that information. Just kind of thinks about it. Goes, yeah, I could turn into an elemental. Water off a duck's back.
You want to do that yourself instead of summoning one?
The one that you summon won't be powerful.
The one
enough.
I summon is like about this big. So I can watch. I'm gonna get really big.
Do you Earth Elemental out?
Yep.
You regain 11 hit points. Do you stand under the steely gaze of the acid arrow trap?
I give a round of high fives.
This is a very large rocky high five. It's unpleasant. Grub does not volunteer. So as you stand under the acid arrow, the first minute of it, not so bad. It's just sort of like you feel kind of fuzzy.
I give the group a thumbs up. Like, see, this is fine.
Around the second minute, like the fuzzy turns to like sandpaper, like you're getting rope burns all over your body. Make a sweet fortitude save.
You got it. The high five will waver. What the heck? There you are. 12.
Okay, you're able to overcome the second minute of minor agony. But what started as like sandpaper being rubbed all over your stony exterior turns into like hornet stings all over your stony exterior. I'm talking at this point you have been hit by 18 large acidic hornet stings that are just like the acid. You guys are going to have to find some other place to go because the acid is like, although diluted and not strong, if you don't have magical boots, it will eat through your shoes and it's starting to pool all over the floor. Clementine, give me another fortitude save.
Oh, Christ. Another 12.
Oh, God, this hurts so much. Dear sweet baby Jesus, why? Why? Who built this? Right, yes, the voice in my head built this fucking bullshit. Ah, fuck. What had started, it is minute 4, what had started to turn into hornet stings is now just like intolerable burning, just chemical burns all over your body. You're melting. Jesus Christ, this sucks. Give me another fortitude save.
For fuck's sake! 10?
So the only way you can like manage to withstand this is to just sort of your master plan for toughing this out is like, okay, if I lie down, it'll be very difficult for me to roll over. And therefore I will be forced to suffer this terrible pain a bit longer. You now literally feel as if you are melting, the flesh falling off of your bones, leaving nothing but an empty husk, as every like you have no mouth and you must scream in just terrible agony and pain. Like
Clem
you guys
just starts punching the floor.
Yeah, like you can see her earth elemental body throwing some sort of minor tantrum as its mouth opens in a silent scream. And then it's over. And by over, I mean the agony endures. And so does the acid. It takes a while for it to all burn up. And like there is a whole minute where the floor is covered in acid, and if any of you wanted to rush to help her, you can't because there's acid everywhere. Unless somebody feels like taking 40 points of acid damage. Not literally 40 points, but just, it's a meme.
No, thank you. I love you, Clementine, but
I don't love you that much.
I don't love you 40 points of acid damage. That's good. Cap, I don't love you 40 points of acid damage.
Damn. Ice cold.
That's actually not true, but you know.
Please don't take 40 points of acid damage from my worthless hide.
I think it doesn't look like it's eating through the exterior. I think it's. I don't think she's being harmed much. It must just be agonizing. Fuck.
Apparently, I have 97 unprotected passwords on my computer. I don't know how they came up with that number. In any event,
somehow when I heard unprotected, the first thing that came to mind was something else, but never mind.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy. You and me both.
So, Clementine, the agony is finally over. You feel an intense urge to shapeshift back to a human.
I do so immediately. Or you know.
And suddenly Clementine's twice as tall as she was.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Halfling.
The awful pain you had suffered is nothing more than an incredibly near and dear memory. Your hands wander all over your body as you're like, oh god, am I burning? Am I melting? Am I dead? And you feel fine, except for like all you can remember is 5 solid minutes of total agony.
That was awful. That sucked. Dogo, I hate you.
You're okay, though? You're not hurt?
There is no sign of physical harm on her body.
Bastard. Yeah,
And,
I hope that hurt you as much as it hurt me.
And like the eye has a strained expression on its face, like it wants to like cast the spell more, but it can't because it's out of ammo.
I flip it the mystic gesture that I learned from Salandra.
Salandra just reaches up with brother and casts a brand right on the eyeball of just saying "fuck off."
It seizes in terrible agony and then becomes minorly non-functional. It adopts a totally neutral posture, looking at nothing.
All right, let's see if we can get through this fucking door.
The door.
This is another stone one.
I don't remember what this door is made of. It is made of fine wood. Unfortunately, the door is stuck. It is not locked. It just appears to have gotten stuck in itself.
Like, rusted shut?
Basically. The moisture has gotten into the wood and caused the wood to expand to such a degree that you're going to make noise when you open it. That being said, you can hear some commotion going on the other side. Like, lots of crackling of electricity and mad wailing screams. A lot of screams for mercy.
Oh, that sounds fucking wonderful.
Oh.
So, you know, even if you do shoulder tackle the door down, whoever's on the other side might not notice.
I'm burning one of my pearls, by the way, for the day to recover my shocking grasp.
That shocking grasp. What do y'all do?
Well, we know there's something big and bad waiting for us in this room. And we also know that this is a clear way, well, fairly clear way to get in there.
And we know that someone on the other side needs help.
They had a touchdown.
Let's say
Are you
Rival is...
Yeah,
I cast shield before we go in.
let's do it, Revo.
Kick that beautiful door down.
Do you need to roll?
Nah. I mean, like, you technically need to roll higher than an 11, but I don't give a shit. You're a barbarian. It's your job to kick down doors. You guys dual kick the door down. It doesn't fly off its hinges, but it does fly open. The room inside is, by contrast to the rest of the dungeon, incredibly dark. The only thing that you can, the only way that you can see if you, Rivo is okay because he's got dark vision. That being said, what's going on in the room is kind of messing with your dark vision. Arcs of electricity are traveling over a large series of machines that are making a whole lot of bizarre noises. There are also like a bunch of Jacob's ladders. Like there's a lot of electricity in this room, and it's the only thing that's lighting it. That being said, Holt, Grub, and Clementine are unable to see very well in the room at all. But Solandra's low light vision is more than enough to be able to see in the dim environment. And like there is, we're going into a cutscene here. There is some sort of mutant. You're not sure what their problem is, and they're like, "No, please, I have a family. Let me go." And you can see Quarv hovering over them, and he's like, "I don't care. You have a family. I want one. Sorry." Oh shit.
But I think that means he has the same thing as me.
That would make sense.
I think.
I think you're right.
In any event, he takes out a large knife and just starts hacking at the mutant's skull. And, like, the poor thing just screams in awful, terrible agony. And, like, once it breaks through, like, it's not hacking. Like, it's gently sawing through the bone.
How far away is this event?
Like, 80 feet. It's taking place at, like, the back of the room.
We're just hearing it.
At this point, you're just hearing it, and occasionally you can catch glimpses. I'm sorry, holy shit. It's so far away. It's like 120 feet away. Like, this room had formerly been like a throne room filled with mighty tables and a few like columns and such. Many of the columns have been moved around, and the tables have all been cast aside or cannibalized in order to field a large series of incredibly complex magical and technomaturgical equipment that escapes anyone's knowledge or understanding.
Even Grub's?
Grub starts having a small panic attack. Like, as his eyes manically dart around the room, he starts taking deep cleansing breaths and is like, "Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute." But yeah, you can clearly, okay, you can't clearly see. You can see as through a strobe light the terrible pain and harm being inflicted on this creature as the blade saws around the skull as its miserable life fades away. And
I've got to do something to try to save it.
You would love to do something to help, but you are too busy staring in slack-jawed horror. He extracts the brain from the individual and brings it over to what had once been Gemma's proud and beautiful throne, having been reconfigured and turned into some sort of fountain or pool. And Quarv drops the brain inside, at which point the gray matter starts swelling over the sides of the pool. As it somehow begins to accumulate mass in some sort of strange way. The ceiling here is very high, almost 30 feet tall, and like the brain is getting fucking huge. You were like, huh, he dropped the brain in the pool. What's that supposed to do? And then you just see this giant enveloping brain, gray matter, filling up the entire fountain. And Quarv like screeches in a combination of excitement and dismay, and he's like, yes, it's working! But everyone who is watching can see that the brain is sort of starting to lose cohesion and fall apart, and sort of rip itself to shreds under its own mass, and then like a large part sloughs off, and Quarv is like, no, that's fine. I guess it doesn't need that, right? It'll be fine. And then just like the whole thing just sort of loses cohesion and starts falling apart as it overwhelms the sides of the pool and just starts spreading an incredibly noxious material all over the floor that smells something between like formaldehyde and liquid death. As he starts like sending out incredibly loud psychic emanations of total anguish, disappointment, and shame. At which point the lights stop flashing so frenetically, and start flashing like sort of like in the rhythm to a slow beating heart. Everybody make a sense motive roll.
Whoa.
Damn. What? What? Oh yeah. Don't you have a circlet with sense motive in it?
Yep.
Yep. So Clementine, Rivo, Salandra, it is plain to see, even on its misshapen and alien face, the look of absolute like dejection and disappointment that it bears.
You made us roll to see it was sad. That was cute. What the fuck?
That being said,
that was a waste of a 19. That's for sure.
you guys formulate your strategy as to what you want to do about this thing, while I go use the bathroom quickly.
Well, I imagine Solandra's going to want to talk, so I'm good for at least a half an hour nap.
I've got a fifth of a bottle of Jim Beam to go through tonight, so...
And you have Chex Mix if you want to come in here and get it. I got 2 cats on me.
Mm.
Wait a second, did you say Chex Mix and then tabs?
Chex Mix, yes. And I have 2 cats on me.
Caps.
Cats. C-A-T-S. 2 cats.
Cats.
Thank you. I like your PJs. Those are nice. They have pockets. That's so cool.
So we wanted to take this thing alive for some reason.
We do, and it seems to want a family.
Clementine wanted this on behalf of her mentor. What's his name?
The
Alexander.
illithid obviously wants... it's not connected to its hive mind. Probably wants to recreate one.
And Alexander's really its best shot of doing that.
I don't know that shit, though. Remember that discussion we had about... I might have had it with Cap about when all this shit goes down, Rival's going to be like, yeah, okay, have fun. I'm going back to hide.
Yeah.
Thinking of coming back to the dungeon.
Like, well...
Fuck that. All these traps.
Yeah, this place is fucking insane.
Yeah.
But he'd run to the jungle, though, definitely.
I mean, this place was created by a literal mad person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's living in my head.
I'm trying to figure out what 50 charges of chain lightning would have been like.
15 charges of chain lightning would have been 11d6 points of damage to just everything.
Every
As
time.
a person with a lot of metal on them, I don't like chain lightning.
Also, it would then jump to all of you.
Yep. Well, and it would probably take more than a round to clear it, so we'd be hit by it repeatedly.
Yes. Also, the door was locked. So you'd run in, figure out the door was locked, get hit by chain lightning once just for checking, and then whoever is the poor asshole who has to try to bash the door down, like, I'm going to start making you roll, because then you have to take damage every time you try to break the door down. And then everyone else who tries to go through will also take damage. Just don't. Fucking don't.
Why don't we have a fucking rogue? Someone with evasion. Be nice.
Wouldn't that be
Sorry.
nice? Bleh. The Phrenic Scourge is a walking nightmare, a writhing horror with an inhuman appearance and alien thought patterns utterly incomprehensible to humans. Oh, heads up, Pathfinder doesn't have Mind Flayers in it. It has another creature called the Phrenic Scourge, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because Mind Flayer is owned by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, it wasn't in the Tome of Horrors, so...
Oh, huh. This thing apparently has damage reduction. Anyway,
That's okay. We don't need it. We're talking about attacking them.
right? Anyway, so we're gonna negotiate. So what are you guys doing? What's the plan?
Well, Clementine wants us to take it alive. I'm not too thrilled with this notion after seeing what it just did to that poor mutant.
Yeah, honestly, she's not now either. Yeah, she was like, okay, because Alexander asked me to, I'm willing to try and talk to it, but now she's like, we have to just kill this thing. Also, taking 5 minutes of acid damage kind of made her grumpy.
I can't imagine why.
Your skin is now very soft.
So soft.
Exceptionally soft.
All those little incipient wrinkles gone.
It
Well,
does not
Solan,
seem to have noticed any of you.
Hey, Salandra, sense motive on Clementine.
um, 17?
She's mad as hell. That's all. So in case you were gonna hold back on her behalf.
Well, since Alexander's your...
Like he rips off a gigantic chunk of the brain matter, bringing it over to a table and analyzing it with some sort of device.
All right. Solandra's activating flights. She's there's still a lot of background noise from all the sparks and everything else, right?
There is.
So I will cast invisibility.
So you're sneaking around some of the machines and some of the tables, and then all of a sudden crying out mentally directly to you. Excuse me, I thought I made it abundantly clear that I did not want visitors while I work. Oh. You're new. Excuse me, what are you doing here?
So is this in all of our heads or just me?
Just yours.
Ah.
You were the one who got close enough. So, Dave, are you planning on trying to use coercion or say anything funny or interesting or subversive?
Why you ask?
Because if you are, I'm going to have you make a will save.
Okay. So simply because I will save because he's going to squash me or what?
No, a will save because it has used a spell-like effect on you. Talking to it, opening a channel of mental communication causes it to inflict spells on the user, on the communicator.
Okay. I think that I am going to, given what I just saw, given what I know this thing is capable, I'm going to try to engage it immediately. Am I close enough now to cast a spell?
You are, but I'm going to need you to make a will save.
Okay.
Was that a 21 on the will save?
Yep.
You may not act normally. It's a reasonable suggestion. Let's talk it out first. It has been a very long time since I have had guests. What is it that you are here for? Make another will save. It asked you a question, and you'll respond truthfully.
Fuck, we're here for the key.
And
That's you just asked what we're here for. We're here for the key predominantly. We're here for other reasons as well. Does the and still count as the same question, or do I have to give another will save?
no, you must tell him all of the things that you are here for.
Fuck. And the mirror. And fuck to take you in potentially. Fuck.
Okay. I have no idea what key you're talking about. I have no idea which mirror you're referring to. And who would want to take me alive? Nobody knows that I'm here.
Do I get another will save?
Yes. I should mention, at any point he takes a violent action to you or any of your friends, it'll break the suggestion, because the suggestion is predicated on this being a peaceful conversation. That being said, he does start slinking around the room, and you have all basically lost where he's gotten off to. Anyone who would like to keep track of him can make a perception check.
I would.
Did I make that last will save?
You did succeed on it. You don't have to tell him anything you don't want to right now. Actually, strangely enough, Solandra, you're the only one who's able to track his movements. He has started climbing the walls, and he is currently hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, well, I'd already activated flight. I am going to... I'm going to use a spell called Thunderstep.
Unfortunately, you cannot use a spell called Thunderstep. You are still engaged in friendly conversation with this creature.
Oh, fuck. I thought the 27 got me out of that.
No, the 27 got you out of telling him who it is that wants to take him in alive. You do not need to answer truthfully to that statement. And so, like, Holt, Clementine, Rivo, you're all, like, watching the... Like, so you are all watching what's going on, and you're like, oh, man, go get him, Solandra. And then just, like, nothing happens. And you're like, huh. I thought there was gonna be a fight. What the fuck is happening? At which point you all realize it has moved from the chair it had been in, and now you don't know where it is.
Yeah, Solandra is going to cast a light spell to highlight it, but I realized that my type of light is touch. But
you could create a light on yourself. Unfortunately, you are invisible. Or fortunately, you are invisible.
I know.
That being said, Clementine, when you enter the room, make a will save.
Oh!
Oh, no.
You... now ones don't count as far as, like, saves, right? You still get your, like, normal thing to add to it?
Oh, no, that's a critical failure. You just lose.
Oh, I thought the crit failures were only for reflex saves.
No, crit failures are for every save.
Oh.
Saves, ability checks, and attack rolls. You can't critically fail on skill checks. And if you take Great Fortitude, Lightning Reflexes, and Iron Will, there is a feat that you can get called Unbreakable, which adds another +1 to all of your saves and makes it so you don't critically fail on ones.
So do halflings have halfling luck in Pathfinder?
They do, but it only adds +1 to all of their saves. It doesn't allow them to reroll ones.
Oh.
So Clementine, understandable. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
So Clementine, you fly in there and you're like, I'm an eagle. I regain 11 hit points. Life is awesome. I'm an eagle.
I feel so good.
And then a mind reaches out to you that says, "Ooh, the elf has friends. Hello. I would also like to speak with you. She has been uncooperative."
Oh.
And
Hello.
then you roost down on a piece of machinery being illuminated by lightning, and you're like, yeah, sure. I'm just going to talk to the weird tentacle thing. Like, what are you talking about? What's wrong with
I
that?
love making friends. Okay, I'll
I
talk.
love making friends. I'm going to make a friend with it. I asked, She told me that you're looking for a key, a mirror, and you're supposed to take me in alive. Who is it who wants to take me in alive? You get to make another save now.
Oh,
If
good.
if you wish to hide the truth.
I would wish that. Oh my Christ almighty. 13?
You must tell the truth.
Alexander?
You
Master?
Like you... like you don't know where it is. Like you don't know where it is in the room because you weren't able to keep track of it. And you just start telling it this, and just the response that... So now Solandra and Clementine, you are both able to hear what it is saying at the same time. And it says, Alexander, another yet lives? You're his servant, but you're here to take me alive, correct?
Yes. He asked
Sure.
us to.
Curious. If he had thralls himself, I would expect him to want to kill me for what I'm doing here. But he doesn't. That's very curious. Do you know why he would want to take me alive?
He told me he wanted to... and Clement started trying to think of the exact words he said. He said, look upon you one more time?
Would you say that that is some sort of allegory or allusion to execution?
No. If he'd wanted us to execute you, he knew that was our plan going in, and he knew it would be more difficult to take you alive.
The voice that now speaks in your head is just like cold and deadly serious. No. Does he mean to kill me? Do not mince words. Do not try to lie to me in this matter.
No? I don't know. I don't think so.
That is very curious. Well, you can tell him that I have work to continue, and that if he wants to talk to me, he can come find me, and he knows what I'm doing, and he knows that it's important. So I suggest the two of you leave and send one of your friends in. I need them. So both of you make another will save.
All right, now he is saying for us to send one of our friends in, and he needs them. Presumably, I can at least make the connection that he's thinking about ripping their brain out and making a fucking monstrosity out of it. I would think that that is not a suggestion that I would be willing to accept.
I mean,
Not
like,
a nice conversational thing. This is like he is suggesting that he wants to murder our friends.
that is definitely what he's suggesting. It's not overtly violent. Like, you'll make the suggestion, but it'll be completely half-hearted. Like, if you fail the save, you will leave the room, be free of the control, and be like, yeah, he wants to dissect one of your brains. I don't think we should do that.
Fair.
This is not an order. This is a request. This is not a you will try to take your friends hostage or whatever. This is a you will deliver this message. Solandra, you feel no compulsion to leave the room or deliver the message, although you don't know what else to do.
I still can't attack this fucking thing.
Nope, violence is still not a matter of the question. Not in question because it hasn't made any like overt threats. It hasn't said I'm going to kill your friend. It's just you should leave someone behind for me. And you're not going to do that. You automatically succeed against the suggestion to leave a friend behind, but you do succeed against relaying that information. Unfortunately, Clementine fails. At which point, in eagle form, you fly out. Unfortunately, neither Holt nor Rivo speaks eagle, so you get the incredible idea to turn back into a halfling so that you can communicate with them.
I shout back, which will unfortunately give away my position. At least it won't turn me visible, but
No.
I shout back, "She's under compulsion. Don't come in here."
That being said, Clementine, what do you tell them?
Alright, so he doesn't, he's not gonna be very helpful. he is exceptionally persuasive. He would like to eat your brain. One of you. And he is not going to come with us.
So I guess we kill him.
You can fucking try.
That will be difficult. He doesn't want us to do that.
Of course he doesn't. No one wants to get killed.
Well, that's the problem is he makes a very good case, like, spiritually for it.
Kira, brother, mentally, I'm going, do you have any suggestions for how I can get around this fucking prohibition?
Well, if we did send someone in to get their brain dissected, then presumably that would be a violent action.
That would definitely be cause to initiate some violence. Unfortunately, that fight will start at an extreme disadvantage because someone will be having their skull vivisected.
I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm saying it's the only idea I have.
Do I know any tricks for breaking out of a suggestion spell?
No. Like you basically need the suggester to make a mistake first and foremost, and the other issue is like the big issue is that you can only cast suggestions so many times a day. Unfortunately, you get the distinct impression that it can do this indefinitely. That being said, you're going to get some mystical advice.
Rival's starting to look a little itchy. Like he's getting ready to go in.
Like he's jonesing for a fight.
He's hanging from the fucking ceiling.
If I leave the room, can I cast a spell with enough range on it?
Now that you are far away, like you can cast a spell with over 100 feet of range. You're like
beautiful.
You understand on a basic level how persuasive it was. Like you understand that like when it talks, it's just like, yeah, just do what I want and then like everything's cool. But now that you've gotten away from it, like you are no longer under that effect. You only have vague memories of what it asked you to do. Like if anyone has read The Two Towers, harken back to the Voice of Saruman chapter.
Yeah, Voice of Saruman. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to call lightning. It's got a 400-foot range.
Randall.
With an additional 40 feet per level.
Randall, what's the DC on the will save?
It's 19, but 21 for reasonable suggestions.
Fuck. I mean, I've got pretty good odds because I'm like +7, but
I'm
plus 11, and it didn't help me.
Yeah, I'm +7 too. So to tell you, but Clement, but Molly, you kind of roll not well.
You roll awful somehow.
Yeah, those were bad rolls.
You have +11 in your will saves.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yep. Okay. 30 feet long vertical lines of lightning. If you were outdoors and in a stormy area, okay, so you can call lightning bolts while you're indoors. Okay, cool. Make a roll versus spell resistance.
Oh boy. Okay.
Would you like a new D20?
No, I'm just going to use one of the other ones you gave me.
Okay.
I'm going to use the cheese one.
So just for the record, the electronic dice and the physical dice use very different karmic.
This is true.
Yes, while I was eating, I used electronic dice, and they sucked.
Yeah, I have worse luck with electronic dice, believe it or not. So.
Whoa.
I believe it.
Okay, sorry. Remind me how I roll against spell resistance.
You roll a die and you add your druid level, a d20.
Oh, okay. That's better. 28.
28. Well, shit. All right. It makes a reflex save. Roll that beautiful 3d6 lightning damage.
Oh yeah, baby. We live. Live wire. 14. Actually, excuse me. This spell functions like Call Lightning, except that each bolt deals 5d6 points of electricity damage.
Roll that beautiful 5d6 camera footage.
Thank you. Thanks, pal. $23.
Ouch. Now everybody roll initiative.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm at +9 with my will saves.
It'll go up by 4 while you're raging, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, that's what he meant. It's not that good when he's not raging.
Riva looks over to Holt. You can see the capillaries in Riva's eyes start to bulge. His eyes are red. He smacks you in the fucking shoulder. Are you ready?
You bet.
As battle begins, things get dicey almost immediately as this thing disappears from sight. There is a pop, and then you all lose sight of it, and you have no idea where it's gone. I'm about to say, you succeed on your spellcraft roll. That's a teleport. Not a dimension door. That's a teleport.
Fuck. He could have gone anywhere. I'm scanning the room, seeing if I can find him.
Everybody roll that sweet, sweet perception footage.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this drink real quick. It's half my glass, Pedge.
Half your glass. What glass are you using?
The big one.
So,
Do you want?
you guys are all looking around, and unfortunately, the conditions in this room make it really difficult to see things accurately. It's just a dark mess in here. All of the magical lights have been snuffed, and the only thing illuminating anything is the bizarre machinery beating and cranking. It's generally spooky. And none of you are able to catch sight of it at this point. That being said, Rivo, your eyes are keen, and you know that if this thing moves, you'll be able to catch it. It just doesn't seem to be moving right now. That being said, what do you guys want to do?
Charge in.
Halt, you charge in. You don't know where Salandra is, so you can't, necessarily group up.
Instinct is center of room.
Got it. What does everybody else do?
Can I use my lightning? Unlikely. But can I use my lightning to try to smash up some of the electronics or machinery?
You can.
Sweet. I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
This shit's evil.
You zap a machine. I won't even make you roll damage. It makes it more difficult to see in the room, unfortunately, because now one of your sources of light is gone.
I don't necessarily want to illuminate the room. I want to make this guy mad.
I was about to say, that will definitely make this guy mad. Grub feels awfully naked by the door, and having destroyed a machine, he feels a little bit more inspired now that the room is not literally a nauseating hellscape for him to look at. So he rushes in to join Rivo and Holt, and you're all like back to back to back in this weird triangle hanging out in there.
I'm detecting magic to see if I can find this thing.
Unfortunately, a lot of your like detecting magic is you're having a hard time because all the machines are pinging as magic. Even the one that Clementine just zapped. There's enough magic stuff in it to be like, this is magical. Hello. But if it goes invisible, you will have a chance. That being said, those of whom who have groped up in the center of the room, I need y'all to make will saves.
Gotcha. Oh.
That didn't sound good.
Oh, shit. Oh.
My will save's bad, okay? You knew this.
I did know this. I'm taking advantage of this.
No.
So like Grub sort of like starts sinking to the floor as he just sort of like sits on the floor with his feet splayed out with his staff laid across his legs as he just sort of zones out for a second. Holt, you currently you know how you feel after you finish a dose of Giant's Heart and you're like, holy shit, fuck everything. The universe has no meaning. You start feeling that, but it's super bad.
Okay.
Like, it is the worst come down you have ever experienced. Rivo, you don't feel anything.
Sad monster makes character sad. And you made us roll again. Thanks.
I'm sorry, I'm made out of rolls. This ability is called the Sap Will.
I consider myself sapped.
You and Grub are pretty sapped. You may defend yourselves if you're attacked, but you can't do anything. This effect will continue going for 9 rounds. So you're not stunned, you're not staggered, you just can't do anything. But you still retain your armor class and all of your other abilities. And you obviously get to like reflexively defend yourself. Like if someone tries to grapple you, you will be able to respond to the grapple. But
Can
like,
I take total defense actions?
No. Like your defense against the grapple is just the lizard brain. Like whatever will to live that your body possesses is like, no, wake up, Frank. We're being attacked by a mind flare right now.
Reactive mode. No, nothing.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That being said, you all hear in your mind, I didn't expect the savage to be so resilient. And yeah, another round passes without it doing anything in particular besides hurling that awful psionic assault. Sap D's nuts. Solandra and Clementine, you can try to roll perception checks. Like Rivo, you are already high enough on perception to be able to spot this thing if it moves. It just hasn't moved.
Yeah. So I am in the air and I am trying to move through the room and see if I can catch any signs. I'll also cast a Cat's Grace on myself too, just in case.
That's not a bad idea. Clementine, you don't see it, but you could blow up another machine if you want.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna do that. I also have not entered the room yet. I'm still standing on the like
the periphery?
outside of it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna smack another machine.
Motherfucker, I throw lightning bolts. All right, sounds good. Back to the top of initiative. So, Solandra.
I think that I think that the top is still Rivo.
No, Quarv rolled higher than Rivo.
Okay.
That being...
I was thinking of making a cutting remark at him.
Oh, I
We'll see
assure
what he
you,
does.
he has been infuriated, and you will now understand the nature of his fury. So, Clementine, you're standing in the doorway, and you're hucking lightning bolts, and you're like, yeah, fucker, I'm gonna break all your... I broke your stupid crap, dumbass! And then, all of a sudden, there he is, in front of you, tentacles akimbo, frothing mouth located near your face as it screeches in your mind, "You don't know what you meddle with! You come here and you break my very valuable equipment!" As it just trembles with awful, terrible rage. What is your armor class?
Oh, that's not a question the spellcaster ever wants to hear.
Don't worry about it.
As I was about to say is that have you been in melee before? Oh yeah, against the morgue. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. 15.
That didn't go
Okay.
too well.
So, unfortunately, it's not able to grab a hold of your head in the way that it would like. You're able to sort of like fend it away from your skull because you're like, right, yes, eats the brains. I do not want that to happen. And as its tendril clusters as you are holding up your arms to its tendril clusters, it realizes, well, any port in a storm. You take 5 points of damage as the tendril clusters start wrapping themselves around your arm in an incredibly unpleasant fashion, and then one of the tendrils goes inside your arm. Please make a fortitude save.
Ruckla grubs.
What did you get?
Tell me you didn't get a 1, baby. Have you considered not getting a 1 ever?
Consider that.
Oh fuck.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Clementine, you can feel it wriggling around in there.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, you can.
For my sake.
That being said, Rivo, you may now execute your charge.
By the way, how what skill would it be to recognize what's going on? With
Heal.
knowledge. Oh, heal. Fuck.
Heal
I
or
was hoping it
knowledge
was, like,
planes. Either
Knowledge planes.
either
Which one do you
is-
think I'm better at?
Either is decent.
Okay, I'm raged. I'm basically going to be screaming in an intimidation attempt, and I am going to be clocking him right in the back with a cleave.
Sounds
So,
good. Hit him with a
24 on
beautiful
that knowledge
greatsword.
planes.
Okay, so Solandra, like your mind is running a million miles a minute. You're like, oh god, it's attacking my friend, it's attacking my tiny friend. 2 of my other friends have like had their will sapped and they're not doing anything. What the fuck is going on? And then you realize, like, your mind latches onto it. You don't know exactly what to do to stop it, and you don't like exactly understand why it's important. But you're like, oh wait, this is how they reproduce.
Are you Rule 34ing this?
I'm not. That's just what this creature does. Like, the ability is called implant, and it's just like, this is how the creature reproduces.
Wow, I hate it.
Is it like a disease?
No, it just kills the victim. It's so basically the tentacle, the tendril has the tendrils have larvae inside, and the larvae.
So this is exactly like a rock crop.
Yes, the larvae once under the skin start following the nervous system in an attempt to reach the brain. And
No.
if they do, then the victim dies,
off my
and
arm.
the subject becomes a mind flayer themselves.
Cut off my arm.
Does my knowledge plans enough to tell me what to do about this?
No, like your best idea is you succeed on your heal check DC 5. Amputation? That's your best idea, you blithering idiot. That being said, Rival, what'd you get? Oh, you got a 30 to hit? That definitely hits.
Did the intimidate do anything?
What did you roll on Intimidate?
33.
Okay. Yes. Yes, it did. His armor class and all the numbers that he rolls have been reduced by 2.
Good.
Wow, you scared a mind flare.
Like it hears you it hears you running at it, and I don't know what awful thing you bellow in some arcane ancient orcish tongue, but like it doesn't have to turn. Being a psychic creature, it understands exactly how angry you are. But you hit it.
31.
Damage?
I love you.
How exactly do you attack it?
I'm front and behind, and the sword is a lot. It's quite a bit heavier. Where before Rain would have just lopped it off its head. At this point, I'm probably trying to catch it in the upper right shoulder and go back down towards the left hip.
Got it. You chop it real good. It screeches in pain as Clementine collapses to the ground, holding her arm. She seems pretty disturbed about that. And this thing seems pretty disturbed right back. So that's your turn. Salandra, it is now your turn. This thing
How
is
far-
clearly illuminated in the light of the doorway. You're about 70 feet away.
70 feet away.
Oh, no, less, 50.
50.
My bad.
Okay, if I were to storm step, would I hit Rivo and
What the hell is a storm step?
it's kind of like a teleport, a lightning bolt. You become a lightning bolt instead of actually teleporting.
What? You would hit Rivo. The spell components for Storm Step include question mark?
Yeah, I noticed that. Probably like Amber or like a lightning bolt does, something like that.
Yeah, whatever. In any event, Rivo would have to make a reflex save, as with this thing, but you would be able to use it, yes. That being said, you understand that this thing has spell resistance, so, you know.
Right.
Do
So,
with that what you will.
Ooh. Well, I'm gonna.
all right, I will. Oh, actually, Rivo, you get more attacks, don't you?
I
Unfortunately
ran,
not.
but I do have something I need to share with Reynold.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Because we did level, right?
Yes. Are you taking a new special awesome rage power or something?
Yes.
Ooh.
I was considering this, but I was also considering greater guarded life, but I didn't understand the mechanic.
Let me check that out.
But this specific thing is pretty useful right now.
Not only is it really useful right now, but I can absolutely understand why you would take it.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Okay, so what Guarded Life does is that when you get dropped below 0 hit points, you take your Barbarian level and you turn that into non-lethal damage, and then what Greater Guarded Life does is that you double that number. So if you're a level 20 Barbarian and I'm like, all right, you hit 0, you're like, nope, I just got an extra 40 hit points, and that 40 hit points that I got turned into non-lethal damage. So I can still be knocked unconscious, but I now have extra health to avoid being killed.
Okay.
That being said, Witch Hunter definitely sounds like something that
You just
would
told
take.
everybody what it was.
I'm sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Okay. We'll stay with it, so that will raise the damage to 3
Yeah.
more.
Ow.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention, so.
Don't worry about it. So Salandra, what you gonna do? You gonna turn into a lightning bolt and lightning bolt this thing?
No, because I don't want to.
Just remember, friendly fire isn't.
What I was really thinking of is the cleave spell, the next
All right, so the
Supreme Cleave. Take a 5-foot step in between every kill.
No. It's where you can basically break spells.
Oh, that thing? Yeah,
That's
no.
wild.
Spell Sunder. It is my favorite rage power. Stuck in a force cage, I break it. With what? My hand.
okay, I am going to cast a intensified acid snowball at him.
Nice. That sounds cool.
Ow. Roll versus spell resistance.
That's a 26.
That overcomes the spell resistance.
And I also have to roll to hit. What's his armor class?
His touch AC is 12.
Okay, I hit.
I'm about to say, like, he is currently terrified. He is cowering before the great blow that has been landed upon him.
Okay,
Clem, are you screaming for help, or is there something you can do about this?
There are like within the seconds, she's mostly just screaming in panic and like clawing at her arm.
Yeah, she is pretty evidently trying to rip her own arm off, but like obviously she's not strong enough to do that.
Because I can still feel that larva in my arm can't.
Oh yeah, it's up to your elbow now.
I just keep thinking of that scene from The Mummy.
Yeah. That is exactly it, except that it is smaller. So Dave, how much damage does the bolt do? The acid ball? Did Dave get eaten by a wizard? I think I got eaten by a wizard, guys. Oh, that sucks. No. And I guess we'll never know whether Clementine...
Dave, no, please, we need you.
We need you.
Oh, there we go. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yes! Yes!
That's better, yeah. Yes, queen.
What is
Slay!
its constitution score?
Not enough.
Nope, it is not enough. Like, the acid showers down across its body as it like succumbs and utterly dies as its body is just enveloped by this terrible acid, and then it keels over and it is dead. Its screams of sublime psionic anguish rattle out across the chamber, and then it collapses in a heap.
Oh, are you? Is Clem in a is Clem in a mental cage, locked up? She can't freaking say shit.
That was just not my turn.
I'm about to say, we're breaking initiative. Oh, let's not break initiative. Initiative is very important right now. Clementine, you take 5 points of damage. It is now up your forearm.
I'm gonna... Oh,
Dave, no!
Dave, no!
No, it's all right. I'm here.
Oh, he's back.
Chopping off a halfling's arm is not going to be hard.
It's
Could you
not
guys,
hard.
Could you guys hear me?
Yes,
No.
now we can!
We can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. What happened was that JJ did FaceTime me from Taiwan, which knocked me off of the chat.
Discord.
And then I had to say hi to her because she's just waking up and it's in Taiwan, and she realized we were playing.
Dave,
That's sweet.
So yeah,
that's adorable. I love it. Save us.
37 damage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
this
so
thing is
dead.
so dead.
It's incredibly dead. It's not even unconscious, because I was checking for unconsciousness in case you want to take it alive. But yeah, no, this thing gets dropped to -23 and it keels over and dies.
Fuck, Alexander's gonna be pissed.
Can I do my thing?
I've been dying to try that spell. You would think that snowball would be a lame spell, but no, that is not a lame spell.
That being
It
said,
sounds so innocent.
Salandra, you or Rivo are going to have to amputate an arm very quickly.
I'm right
Okay.
there. So I believe I should I'm going to try to kill this freaking thing. I
Oh,
imagine
It's so dead.
do I see it, or do I have to actually cut her arm off?
Oh, you have to cut the arm off. The
Don't
only
cut my arm off!
you don't really have a choice in the matter. Like you can't see it moving in there. Like, the larva can be destroyed. You don't know any other way to destroy the larva. Like, you succeed on your heal check, DC 5, amputation. If you had
Can
any
I do
more,
a heal check?
Clementine, roll a heal check at a -10 penalty. I'm sorry, you're freaking the fuck out right now.
I'm
It's okay, I can handle it.
I'm coming as fast as I can.
I mean, you're both. Oh, you're not right there. You threw an acid ball.
Yeah, she's way back in the room.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Meanwhile, Alden and Grub sit there for
16?
48 more seconds. I'm sorry. You guys sit there for a minute and a half. Oh, 16. Clementine, you could try to cast Cure Disease, and that will eliminate the larva.
I don't have it. I took restoration.
Oh, you didn't take it, huh?
I took restoration.
Well, Clementine, you are currently aware that the only way to get this thing out of your arm is amputation.
I just grab my sickle and start slashing at my arm where it is.
Rivo, show her how to amputate an arm.
I put my foot on her chest. Look away.
All right. So Rivo, what is your strength and the maximum damage of your greatsword?
I drop out of rage.
Good call.
Good.
And so that will be... And this is just a straight... I want a straight attack. I don't need the power attack to chop her arm off.
No.
So it will be 19.
Okay. So Clementine, you take 19 points of damage, and you are now missing your right arm.
Clementine gives a horrific scream.
I left enough, so I immediately apply a tourniquet.
That's cool. Clementine, you can also try to heal yourself. It won't regrow your arm back, but you will stop bleeding out. And anyone who's paying attention can see the larva flop out of the stump. Not out of the stump. It flops out of the arm that it had been in, at which point it flounders around and then dies.
If I arrive in time, I'm just gonna go and touch brother to it and do a brand and destroy it.
That's a good call. You are able to brand it and destroy it. Rivo, roll that beautiful heal footage to apply a tourniquet properly.
Fucking thing.
This is where it's gonna get funny. I hope I don't put this thing around your neck.
No, please.
Maybe on another day in another situation.
Where is it? Yeah. I put like another point. So
Clem, can you still heal yourself?
Oh, great roll. 23.
Nice.
You're able to actually apply a really good tourniquet. It doesn't do anything to like stop the pain, but Clementine won't start taking massive bleed out penalties. So Clementine, if you would like to heal the gaping hole in your arm, I'm gonna need you to make a caster level check real quick.
I'm also starting to pull out a potion of moderate healing.
Oh, sweet. That'll be way easier to use.
I pull Clem up into my arms and start rocking her.
Also makes things
He's
slightly
sobbing.
better. The cool
I'm
thing
sure
about
she's still screaming.
it's awful.
Screaming, sobbing. It's terrible.
Does she have to drink it, or can I? Or
No,
should I pour it?
you can apply it directly to the wound, or you can try to get her to drink it. Applying it directly to the wound would probably be easier.
Okay, I grab hold of the stump. This is probably gonna hurt, Clem.
Actually, it doesn't. It feels great. It feels like warm and comfy, like a massage. Let's say you're not cauterizing the wound. It doesn't actually feel bad. So how many hit points does Clementine heal?
Okay, let me check.
Toby, get away! Don't eat the hand. Leave the arm alone.
Like Toby is staring down in like utter confusion and disbelief at the arm lying on the floor, just like what the fuck?
What's the caster level on a potion? 5?
Yeah, 5 for a
Okay.
cure moderate. So that's 2d8.
If
plus
somebody were really smart, like and knew about magic and knew somebody had a portable hole, that's a great place to put an arm.
5. I mean,
We
you do
don't
have
have
a bag of holding.
I know.
We do?
Oh,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you don't know
Don't
anything
take
about
my
magic.
arm!
Well, you need it if you want to get it reattached.
I didn't know we had a bag of holding.
Yeah, you've seen
We do.
Rival has one. You
Like-
you saw him put the money from the last room into the hole.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 15 points.
15 points of damage. You're gonna need 4 more points of healing. That being said, Clementine, you are no longer okay. So if you will automatically succeed on the concentration roll to heal yourself because a lot of the pain has subsided. If you want to try to heal yourself, but I mean, sometimes it's nice to have your friends take care of you.
Do you have a good visual of this cat? Of Rival holding her?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
It'd be a good picture.
I'm about to
Yeah,
say that might
no.
be something nice to sketch.
Yes. Little bitter that I don't get to draw my character with bays during this pivotal moment.
I know.
But, you know,
you get to draw my character with her bay. It's almost the same.
You're
I'm
in
just
there.
shouting.
You're in there listening to the Cure, going, "Oh man,
Life
life
quietly
sucks."
shouting from the other room, going,
Jeff is fucking
"Oh,
drunk in the other room.
Actually,
shouting.
the portrait that I had in mind, but it'd be so freaking complicated, would be from the battle with like Rivo, Holt, and Philander on the battlefield with a tornado in the background.
So, like, Holt, you've gotten pretty low from taking Giant's Heart, but it's never escalated to, like, a suicide attempt. At this
Am I-
point...
Nothing, go ahead.
Holt is, like, considering killing himself, but quite frankly, it would take too much effort. Like, you have the sword in your hand, and you're like, I could slit my throat, but that would mean I'd have to lift my arm. Nah, fuck that. In any event, so Clementine needs 4 more points of healing and is still bleeding a little bit.
I would say I've used everything but cure critical wounds, and I'm not gonna throw that.
Yeah, probably not such a good idea. Solandra, do you have another healing potion you can gently apply?
I do, except for the fact that I'm more wounded than she is at this point.
Yeah, like Jesus, take care of yourselves, guys.
I mean, Solandra, you could apply some red hot brands to the wound to seal up the last of the damage. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe you should have like an actual cleric instead of this do-it-yourself bullshit.
Well, we have a druid.
Not an actual cleric.
Well, it ain't gonna be me. I'm growing more superstitious by the
minute.
By the minute.
Fucking cue a picture of Hayao Miyazaki. Magic was a mistake. It's all nothing but trash.
It's nothing but trash.
Is she taking continued damage from the
Yes.
current state?
Like,
She is.
So heads up, Clementine, lose 3 more hit points.
Oh, all right. Then I'll use
Gotcha.
another potion. The potion on her.
I'm sorry. So yeah,
So-
you roll the heal, and like I assure you, you cannot roll low enough to fuck this up.
Why exactly don't you guys invest in potions?
Because we have a
15.
druid. Mhm.
We've never had time.
I buy them.
Yeah, you're the one who buys them all.
Yeah. I'm the impromptu healer by virtue of my personal stash.
You're okay.
With one.
You're all right. I lost my hand once. They put it back on.
Oh, fuck.
You can do that snowball stuff. Can you keep that arm cold?
I'm out.
Shit.
Holt and Grub, you come to your senses.
Holt will sheath his sword and offer his hand to Grub to get him back on his feet.
Hey.
How can we get her arm back?
Fuck. By the time I finish rememorizing spells, it's going to be...
So you've seen the hole twice because that's where Rain is all wrapped up and where he was stored.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, I didn't remember
I
you mentioning that.
I still have Rain, but it's in the hole and nobody can physically touch it. And anytime he gets money, he throws it in it.
That thing you got from the dwarves, you haven't really shown it to us.
Oh, the whole thing.
I think that, all right. If I remember, if Dave remembers, those things kind of stop time.
They don't
whatever's
stop time, but they will be in a vacuum. Like most of the microbes will die because they won't have any. All aerobic microbes will die, so it will take it much longer for the arm to decay.
Oh my God, she's got this Disney. I've got to look good in my despair.
Listen, no one looks as good as Vigo. Let's just put that on the table where everyone can look at.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're style queen. That's okay.
It's okay.
Cap's an artist. That's.
Now I know.
Let me have this. I was absent during the whole fight.
Put it in there. It might preserve it. That's the only thing I can think of. There, a powerful Sarush could probably regrow the thing from scratch.
If Sarush could grow the thing from scratch, a less skilled healer would be able to reattach the arm. So, like, just saying, like, going to Sarush, it'd be like 4 days out of your travel. You might be able to find someone within 2 days who'd be able to reattach it.
So
If I had just stuck that arm back on and then put the potions on, would that have worked?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
So
It's a much more
I'm like
sophisticated
Clem.
healing
Look,
process.
and I show her my left hand. And I look at the wrist. You can see.
There is a large clump of flesh all the way around it.
You'll be fine. My hand works fine.
Clem, I'll tattoo all around it. It will look. Don't worry about the way it's gonna look. I'll make you look fabulous.
All right,
Sweet Elijah.
let's go. We got to get up.
Yep.
Come on.
Okay.
It was her left hand, right?
It was her
Right
right
hand.
arm.
Oh, son of
That's my dominant one.
Yep. I mean,
Are
it
you
would
gonna
be the arm that you would have used to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Are you going
wait.
to be able to cast if needed?
Yeah, just-
Yes. You only
Yeah.
need one hand to cast a spell.
Yeah.
But it will make her more susceptible to other sort of, like, obfuscative maneuvers or spell casting blocking maneuvers.
If I were to wild shape, would I?
You would
Still
be
be missing a
missing,
limb?
like, if you wild shape into an eagle, you'll be missing a wing.
What if I wild shape into a snake?
Then you won't be missing anything.
What if you wild shape into an elemental?
Depends on the type of elemental.
Like an air elemental probably wouldn't be affected.
Air elemental, not affected. Water elemental, missing right upper limb. Earth elemental, missing right upper limb. Fire elemental, missing right upper limb. Like, if you turn into a quadruped, like a goat, you'd be missing a leg.
Into my loot. Halfling right arm.
Put it in there. Add it to the loot table.
If
I
any of you guys ever
don't think
played
she has any jewelry on that hand, so.
I'm gonna mummify it and wear it around my neck.
Oh, shit.
That's a little weird. That's raising my hand at the weirdness.
jerky, that's a jerky move, Rival.
I turned my lightning bolt on Salandra.
Zap.
No, she won't say that. She's not that. So let's see.
All right, let's Let's try to get some light. We have shit to get in here.
I'm gonna cast light on my staff.
Yeah, I'll cast light too, so that we have multiple sources of the big room.
Light
Here.
spells everywhere.
And Holt actually has an everlasting torch, I think.
You'd have
Yes,
to
he
remind him of this at this point. He's not thinking about that. He is
Oh, that's
being
fair.
drawn to the pool at the throne of the room.
Hey, drink some of this.
Does it seem like Holt is under some sort of compulsion or something?
Yes.
All right, I am going to go over to where he is and say, Holt, snap out of it. What the fuck's going on? Is this Gemma or is this something else?
He shakes his head. He doesn't look great. Solandra, you should take a look at this thing. Gemma says the key's here.
The pool?
He nods.
Fuck me. Seriously?
Holt's gonna reach into the pool.
The water doesn't like the pool is super deep. Like it's too deep for you to simply like reach the bottom of it with your hand.
I
what's-
cast light on the rim of the pool just so we can see clearly into the depths.
Unfortunately, it's impossible to see clearly into the depths. It's not water in there. It's some sort of brackish, thick fluid. Everyone who is concerned can make a heal check.
Yeah, that's my strong spot.
Shit, we gotta help. We gotta help him.
I'm fine.
Holy fuck.
No, drink this. Let's go.
Let's see what
Damn.
I got for that heal check.
That was the holy fuck.
Yeah.
That is like my worst skill.
Hold on, I got you guys.
What are we rolling here?
Heal.
To try to figure
On
out
who?
what the pool is.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck! Well, Clem, you recognize it instantly as some sort of like cerebral spinal fluid, but there's a whole shit ton of it, and it's like incredibly concentrated.
Ew. This is... Oh, everything from the brain in liquid.
You get the distinct impression that this fluid is actually alive, although you have no idea how much intelligence it has.
I cast Detect Magic. I'm trying to see if I can figure out how deep down the key is.
Oh yeah, it's magical. The key is about 10 feet down. Like, you'll unfortunately be forced to be submerged in this if you want to get it.
Oh,
Solandra,
it's around 10 feet in. I can sense it. It's fucking powerful.
Solandra.
Clem offers you her staff, which is conveniently shaped like a hook at the end.
Unfortunately, there's nothing for you to hook it on.
Yeah, Holt.
Hold my shit.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh, yes. Finally, you understand. Stop trying to outsmart me. Take the plunge.
No, he's gonna, yeah. He feels terrible about not being present at all in the last fight, so this is the least that he can do.
Hey, Holt,
Hmm.
drink this.
Drink it.
Okay, I drink
It's good
it.
for you, drink it.
All right.
Fuck is it?
It's nasty, vile, but instantly helpful for whatever ails you. All right. You got this. And if you don't, I'll get you.
Okay.
It's probably the only one who can carry it to the surface anyway.
Yep.
He gives you a punch to the shoulder. You got this.
Armor, pack, cloak, weapons, shield, all come off. He just strips down to small clothes and he's gonna jump in.
Fantastic. Roll that beautiful athletics footage.
Alright, you got it.
It's not difficult to swim through this stuff, but you do have to swim through it. Sweet. You don't really have a problem swimming through the thick, viscous fluid. The problem that you have is immediately, it's really noisy in here. It's filled with screams.
Great.
You don't know how many people Quarv had to work on in order to get all this, but as the cacophony grows in terrible volume and noise, it becomes clear. Like, thousands of mutants died in his experiments. He's been working here for a very long time. You can hear the wails of the elderly and the screeches of children, and all ages in between, as you swim down to the bottom of the depths.
I'm really not regretting, like, not doing what Alexander wanted.
I mean, I'm not saying Quarv was a good guy. I just wanted, just Alexander wanted to see his brother one last time.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can bring a piece of him.
As Holt swims down deeper, the one coherent thought that he does send out is to Gemma asking, like, can you help me? I don't care what you have to do.
You just said that to a fucking demon lord.
Oh boy.
So you guys are staring into the pool, and then the pool starts steaming?
Is Holt, is he pausing at all?
No. Like, you can make out his form swimming underneath.
All right. I'm like, I mean, I'm not stripping down like he did, but I drop my sword and take my pack off and pull my boots off. I'm ready.
Okay, all right. So in case he needs help, you're ready. Unfortunately, the pool starts boiling. Solandra, you don't know what the boil temperature of cerebral fluid is, but you think it's higher than water.
Halt!
Does that boiling seems to be associated with heat? Is there real heat coming off this?
Oh god,
Or
it's
is this
so
something
hot.
else?
Like, there is steam and heat, and like you can visibly see the pool emptying as like the steam cannot escape the burbling liquid fast enough. Holt, all of the screams are purged away in a terrible hail of balefire. You are able to locate the key rather handily. So, like, you are currently burning so hot, there is a cloud of air around you because you are so hot, the liquid can't touch your skin without burning. It is not painful, but you understand that it is causing incredible damage to your body.
Great.
That being said, it is more than simple enough to grab the key, pick it up, feels light as a feather in your hands, and then walk it out of the pool. And as Holt comes out of the water, he is impeccably dry. He is exuding so much heat, it is uncomfortable to sort of like stand near him, at which point he promptly collapses.
Halt!
God shit.
Heal check.
It's a new fucking trick.
I look around the room. Are there any other sources of fluid?
32 on a heal check.
32 on a heal check. He is currently experiencing like the worst heat stroke. You can't find create water. So like the water starts steaming off of his incredibly hot body, and like you just keep dumping it on, and through deep heaving breaths, he eventually begins to cool off, and then eventually you can get the water in his mouth, and that feels really good.
Easy, Holt. You got it. You're all right.
There you go. That was something. Fuck yeah.
Are you all right?
He very slowly nods,
All right. Where's that?
assuming, of course, he's conscious.
You are conscious. Like once the water gets applied, you feel you like it's weird. Like you understand that you are hurt, and you understand that you have taken damage on like a completely supernatural and non-physical level. But like you feel good. You feel fine, despite the fact that you understand that you are injured in a place that no sword can touch.
I'm okay.
All right. Let's get you kitted up.
Yeah. He's slow to get up at first, but he does seem to be okay. No visible wounds.
All right.
It occurs to me that we may be better off resting here. Barricade. We only have one door to worry about. The others are fucking trapped as tall hell. And this might be the safest place we can stay for a little bit while you recover.
You are not wrong. Dear God, almost every door around this room is trapped.
So I don't think we're going to find any place more fucking defensive than this for a while. And we still have another stop to make. I look over at Clementine. Clementine, do you want us to go now? You can.
Yeah,
You can.
No, we'll go.
About to say, if you want to complete this quest fully, you still need to get to room 33.
We need the mirror. That's
I think
more important than any of us.
I think we need the rest now, though. I think you need the rest. I think Holt needs the rest.
It's not going to kill us if we stay here a few hours. That mirror sat here 700 years. It can wait a day more.
You're not wrong.
All right. But just fucking listen to me, you two. This shit sucks. But it's fixed. It's gonna get fixed. Need you fucking here. I'm gonna make a performance roll to. I don't want to intimidate.
No, this is not an intimidation. This is a
But I-
rallying speech.
Yeah, and it is something that he's pretty good at.
He is. You have fought in group battles, and
Ooh.
you've had to take raw recruits and get them into fighting shape.
Well, also, the stirring shit you say in the arena too. So,
Absolutely.
26.
You all feel downright inspired. Clementine, you're missing an arm, but you know what? You're gonna get out of here alive. Holt, you just experienced a vault of screams, and Gemma turned you into an overcooked hot dog for a minute. But you know what? Whatever.
All right, let's get this fucking mirror.
Thanks, Bravo.
Put some clothes on. Get your kid on. Then you could get some rest. Get some food. See what the fuck's in here.
Vrivo, do you want to try to move some crap and barricade that one door just so we don't get any surprises?
Yeah, no problem. I'm on it.
Fuck. All right, I start doing. I stop. Give Clementine like a kind of touch her shoulder gingerly. Yes, bend over. I'll take care of you.
Thank you. Oh.
All right, I start doing detect magic through the room, see if there's anything we can use in here.
Let me see if there's a treasure pile in here. Unfortunately, there is not. Like, everything in this room has been cannibalized in order to make these grand machines, the purpose of which is not exactly clear to you.
I wonder where this father vessel thing is. And if it's not here, where the hell is it?
Maybe below. I don't think it's important.
I'm gonna
Well, we got.
go ahead.
No. This is good. We got the bad guy here. It should all be downhill now.
I think you're right.
I mean, nobody's leaving in the bag. We're all breathing. We're all in this.
BRB.
Okay. Yeah, Clem's gonna you.
crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
The bathroom upstairs still works, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just you can't use the sink or the shower. Fuck the sink. Yeah,
Can't
Clementine's
piss
gonna.
in the sink. Jesus, what kind of house is that?
Well, I mean, you could. The drain works fine. It's just the faucet doesn't work. So.
Oh, there you go. Oh, perfectly great.
So yeah, it's a
All right, beer me then.
So it's gonna be Clementine's gonna use the aggressive thundercloud spell that she has not gotten to use yet to wreck the rest of the machines
Sounds
in
good.
just
An awful
halfling
vindictive
fury.
fashion.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy and fuck all of his toys. Anyone who had,
And also so Grub doesn't go crazy looking at them.
I mean, you caught him. He was starting to study them, and you're like, nope, class is out, bitch. And then you break that shit.
No more teachers, no more books. No gods, no masters.
No masters. And Grub is like, thanks. Fuck. All I can tell you is that he was trying to make an elder brain, but I don't know what the fuck that is.
I'm not gonna think about that.
I won the bet. So, which one of the shitheads that talks to us is this his room?
No gods, no masters.
No gods, no masters. No sink.
This is Holt's buddy.
Yeah, this is Gemma's room. But Dogo built it.
Came back.
Dogo back.
But yes, it's Gemma's throne room.
I can only spell scar myself with something I have in memory, right?
Yeah.
Do I have time to do a spell scar?
Yes.
Since I used one for the
Well, we might as well have a long rest.
Yeah.
Eat up.
Oh fuck!
What?
What's up?
Well, that it just occurred to me that acid ball was empowered. So it would have really done, was it 37
Plus half over again.
Yeah.
Good lord.
So he's a little more vaporized than we thought.
Oh god, yeah, no, there is almost nothing left. There are a couple of acidy legs. I was about to say, because put another 19 points of damage on top of that.
And he was negative 20.
He
So
was
he's
at
almost
negative
negative
20.
4.
It should be negative 40. That is literally almost nothing left, because negative 50 is, there's just nothing.
So those guys don't have enormous amounts of hit points, I gather.
No, they don't have a lot of hit points. What they do is that they, presumably the party groups up together, and then they use the sap will thing, and then they just implant 3 characters and teleport away, and then those 3 characters turn into mind flayers, and then they eat whoever is left. Because the transformation is instantaneous. It takes 3 rounds to reach the brain, and then 1 more round to become a mind flayer, and the sap will effect lasts 3d4 rounds. But you guys had spread out enough, and you were able to put it in a compromised situation by manipulating its emotions.
Oh, good.
Well done.
In short, things went literally as well as they could have.
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
Good job, team.
Chicks dig scars.
Only one.
Yeah, they do.
Only one amputation. Yay!
Yay!
It's done rivals. No good yet so far. Hopefully at some point.
Hey,
At some point the girls are
listen.
gonna start noticing.
So someone, yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Gotta
Don't
get
worry
out of the
about it.
arena first.
Don't worry about it.
Come on.
Okay.
So I have a new spell called Caustic Blood that's going to be fun.
Oh God.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
You can actually learn it. It's druids can take it. It's a fourth level spell.
Cool.
It's it's
That
more
sounds
useful
familiar, yeah.
if you're in melee. It's really useful.
Let's say, can it make your blood like hurt people?
Essentially, you become the alien.
Oh Christ.
So it does 1d. Essentially, if anyone hits you with slashing or piercing damage, they get hit by
A stream of acid.
Yeah, that does like up to 1d6 per level. So it's like it's a gush of acid. So
Oh God, and it does more damage on the next round.
Neat.
So it's a reflex versus half, and then the next round they take half as much damage, reflex for nothing. But still, if you fuck up 2 reflex saves, that's a lot of damage.
Yep, that's a nasty. It's nasty when you're. I mean, it's situational. So you have to be in melee. You have to be against things that are doing piercing or slashing. But if you are, I mean, for instance, that would have been a great spell for the battle.
It wouldn't have been bad. Just like, oh, I'm gonna put my tentacles in here. Ah, fuck. I was about to say, now would be a great time to end. So y'all take your rest. Get a number of hit points equal to your Constitution modifier plus your level. Restore all your spells, and have sweet, pleasant dreams. Now that you are no longer haunted by the screams of the damned, and everybody gets 2,400 experience points for defeating dastardly creatures. You get no experience points for failing Alexander's quest immediately, but you do also get 10,000 experience points for getting another key.
So 12,400.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Did you all have quote-unquote fun?
Yes. You've
Honestly,
given me
yeah, I
a lot
had a
of
blast.
fuel.
Yeah.
Funnel
High
for-
five. High five.
Creative
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I've got to say that Phoenix Scourges are really, really gross. I think that they're grosser. They're grosser than Mind Flayers, which is sad, because Mind Flayers are really gross.
Well, like Phrenic Scourges also have some abilities that didn't come into play. So number one, they have a climb speed. That's why a Phrenic Scourge is able to basically climb along any surface just by using surface tension somehow. They also have a burrow speed. And
So just out of curiosity, is this going to change your feelings for Alexander at all?
No.
Alexander will have some things to reveal when you next see him, and I don't think that he will be sad to learn about what you did, but he would have been absolutely pleased if you had been able to fulfill this. And like, I'm not saying it was an easy quest. I am just saying the rewards would have been commensurate.
I have no doubt of that, but
Fuck that.
Yeah. I essentially the pool of cerebral spinal fluid it needed to fucking die.
No, when you said thousands and old kids, old folk and babies, yeah, that was it.
It's like, oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, whoops, he was a
Sorry,
fucking monster.
Alexander.
Also, here's another thing that Phrenic Scourges can do. You know how octopi can fit through really tiny holes?
Yeah, they can do that.
Phrenic Scourges can do that as well.
nice.
They can fit through any space that is 2 inches in one dimension, so long as it's a foot in the other. So, like, they can literally fit under a door jam.
That's gonna haunt my nightmares.
Who
Speaking-
said?
Speaking of nightmares, they can do that too.
Oh.
No, not if they're dead.
This is true. They can't when they're
Not
dead.
if they're dead.
Though one thing troubles me.
Okay.
It's been here for centuries, and it didn't make any others.
Didn't say it was here for centuries.
It said it was here for a very long time.
It said very long time, but in relative to
And-
what?
And there's a pool of thousands of dead people.
But when he tried to use the mutant brain to create the Elder Brain, what happened?
Fell
It-
apart.
Like, gross.
You can't plant a plant in tainted soil.
So the mutant blood doesn't work with Phoenix.
And like you'll recall having seen Badu's brain, there was obviously like nothing wrong with it, but it was different. Like I don't know how many of you have seen like a human brain in character, but like any of you who have seen a human brain would realize that his brain was different.
Mm.
Oh, fuck.
Woo! Okay,
Okay, next week.
Next week.
Next week is
Next week.
The
is
mirror.
Christmas Eve.
Oh shit. Yeah, about that.
I'm gonna be occupado.
I will
And
also
we'll-
be occupado.
And then
Ah.
the week after would by the very nature of Christmas Eve
Is
be
New Year's Eve.
New Year's
Oh
Eve.
no!
Shit.
No, we could also. I mean, I'm available Saturday.
Yeah, I'm also